beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get away with this. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, Drunken Peasants 978.
Fuck
Back
it.
again.
Do it live.
Oh, Joe's in the chat, and he says Nick Fuentes sent him.
Oh, no.
So he's running errands
Oh,
for
no.
Nick Fuentes these days.
Joe became a Nick Fuentes simp.
Yep.
I knew it would happen. Nick Fuentes
Joe.
is that natural animal attraction. And Joe's naturally an animal, so.
You would think, well, he's got the natural attraction to like cowboys, so you would think he'd have like, I don't know, maybe like Scoot. Scoot would probably be into him, you know?
Yes, we'll lose Scott to him next. Scoot's gone.
Okay, that's fair.
Joe's more of a cat man, though, not a cat boy.
That's fair.
Scott and Joe
That's
are cat
pretty fair.
men.
Next time we have Scott on, I have to tell him real cats like fish. Real cats like fish.
Choosy moms choose Jif.
Real cats like fish. Everyone, please like the stream. Want to remind everyone that tonight we're doing the booking committee after tonight's episode. So as soon as this episode's over, all of the patrons, $25 and above, we're going to go into our Discord. There's a link in the description if you're not already in it. And we're going to talk about all of the stuff in our Patreon content for the next month. So you want to be there right after this show in the Hangout voice chat.
The general direction of things. It's like our
Yep.
war room.
Yes, and you can be part of it. Your voice. We take the suggestions all the time. Also, you saw that beautiful shirt in the intro. The crazy poot 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 shirt. You can get that and all this other cool content. Sign up right now. $50 or more during this month gets you that shirt included with your patronage.
And
It's an
Patton
amazing
Oswalt's wife is not doing too well. But we won't talk about that tonight.
Isn't she's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
You brought it up.
Oh,
Oh.
What the fuck?
Also,
oh my God, man.
DP On Demand, new content coming out January 18th for $25 or more patrons, or you can become an individual subscription situation and get it for $2 off the regular price for your first month. Link in the description. Promo code. And that's everything.
Jeff, if you were still a Kekistanian, do you think you'd be on Cozy TV right now?
If I was still a Kekistanian,
Yeah.
Cozy.tv.
Cozy.tv.
that would imply that I'm not a Kekistani now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
I'm just saying, you know, do you think that I would just simply abandon my little Kekarinos, that I would simply walk away from all my little froglets? I don't think so.
Did you walk away all the way back around? Because for a while I thought you had walked away. Did you just walk all the way around the earth back to the Keks?
I sashayed around the issue. Okay,
Not bad.
yeah, you know, I was a little flirty with it too. You know, it's fine. But no, of course, no. My heart pumps green. Of course. No.
Hello, my name is Jeff Holiday, and today we're going to be...
At least you're handsome.
Yeah, man.
At least you're
man.
handsome.
Oh my God.
Did you ever say Chatelet Kekarinos? Like, is that a thing?
Not ever unironically.
Okay.
But,
Yeah,
I
he
said
is
I said it
ironically.
ironically a fucking bit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God.
Oh, you don't want to review this video? Is that what you're
No, we
saying?
don't need to do that. We've only seen it nine times before.
What's this video about?
I think it's hilarious, dude.
I've never seen it before.
It's a call to action for the Kekistanians. Is it like a Wendy's training video for Kekistan?
We actually watched it
Basically.
in our This Didn't Age Well video, like private show.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's embarrassing.
We had some didn't age well
Oh.
moments.
That's pretty good, though. I mean, whatever.
It's
fine.
funny because at the end of the video, it's funny that you hate it so much now because at the end of the video, you encourage everyone to like re-upload it anywhere they want.
Sure. Oh, sure. Oh, dude. Hey, look, here's the thing, man. Like, I've had so many people over the years try and cancel me. Ain't nobody has ever canceled me harder than me. Trust me. Like, ain't nobody fucked my life up more than I have, all right? That's kind of nice, though. You kind of become bulletproof. Like, nobody can really actually fuck you up so bad because, like, ain't nobody can embarrass you more than you can yourself.
I try and say 3 to 4 things an episode that would get me canceled. And then I'll be like,
that's good.
I'll be like, it was in jest, right? So anything that actually does get me canceled, I'm like, I'm always saying stuff like
But
that.
the algorithm doesn't understand jest.
The
to be
algorithm
honest.
can't cancel me.
True.
It can make nobody see me, and that's almost even worse.
John. Here's
Thomas Jeffrey real quick said, I took acid and now DP is live. This is going to be a great episode. Jeff, any movie recommendations for tripping?
Yeah, dude. Okay, so The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, always a really good one.
What?
Yeah, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
I say Star Trek Picard. Don't listen to Jeff Holiday. He doesn't know quality.
No, dude, no, wait. No, it's The Adventures of Mark Twain. The Adventures of Mark Twain. It's a claymation movie.
Yeah.
It'll fuck your brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about something else. I know what you're talking about now.
No,
that stuff is crazy.
that claymation. Yeah.
We actually watched a video of King Cobra edited to that, like, you know, the really creepy part
Yeah.
in that.
It's Satan.
Yeah. Someone did this thing where King Cobra's like looking into a beer bottle and they're making it like that's what he sees when he's looking in the beer bottle. And he's just like staring into it.
My suggestion is 2018's Annihilation with
You know
Natalie
what?
Portman.
That was the first thing I was gonna say, and then I remembered the Mark Twain one. But yeah, that movie's a trip.
Yeah, Mark Twain is a very, very smart tell. It's classic. It's maybe been lost in time. Annihilation has just it ramps up into something that will probably take you through the entire trip. I don't know if the movie was meant to trip to, but it really is something.
You know what's weird about that movie too? What's super weird about that movie is like you know what came out around the exact same time as that movie was Ghostbusters 2016.
Well, 2 years before, yeah.
I thought they came out at the same time.
Annihilation was 2018.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I literally just looked it up to make sure that I knew all the info.
Oh,
and I wasn't misquoting the name.
Maybe it was there was some other movie that came out, and like at the time people were like, yeah, this one movie is going to be like this super awesome like feminist movie and it's all about women empowerment. It's just a bad movie. It wasn't very good, but nobody was talking about Annihilation. Like that's a dope fucking movie. All the main characters are women. They're all super fucking smart and badass, and like it's just really well written. It's a cool fucking movie.
Joe suggests Alice, 1988 Alice by Jan Svankmajer, a Czech director. And it's an adaptation of the classic children's book. And it looks pretty weird just from peeking at it. I've never actually seen it, but if it's an adaptation of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and it's Czech made, that's got to be a trip on its own. I'd be afraid to have a trip to anything Joe suggests. Remember when I did Salvia with Joe? I wanted him to do it with me so that he'd be out of his. I want him to be out of his mind so he didn't like run me down a rugged road. Instead, he run me down a rugged road.
That shit doesn't even.
I was like, Joe, do it with me so you don't fuck with me when I'm high. It didn't work. Perfect Blue, Joe says. Last year at Marimbed. Yeah, we should do acid. No, I don't want to.
So we're gonna get into antagonism now. Here it goes.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Yeah, they're going to touch me.
Antagonists.
Antagonist. So here's the social media post. So Patton Oswalt is, I guess, people are mad at him, Dave Chappelle did a comedy show on New Year's Eve, and I guess Patton Oswalt had one at a different venue,
McCaw Hall.
Yeah, and then came over. Somehow they found. I don't know why you would book a comedy show the same night, but he just went over there anyway and did his.
Well, it's New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
Like everything that could be booked is going to be filled out.
Okay.
People go out that night.
Okay.
So Tech Nine used to come to Seattle every New Year's Eve and do like big arena shows. So it's definitely a thing that Seattle people like to go out on New Year's Eve to stuff like this. Patton in the area, McCaw Hall. He came to Dave Chappelle's show, had a wonderful night.
Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, he said, not a bad way to wave goodbye to this year.
Yeah. And so this post got a lot of backlash. And you know what he did? He had someone take a picture of himself sitting at a desk writing this thing that's up on the screen right now.
On a yellow pad.
He literally posted it right after he posted all the other stuff.
What was it, like right after? He was starting to get backlash, right?
It wasn't too long after.
La Blue Girl? Borderline hentai.
It's not.
nasty.
Wait. La Blue Girl is not borderline hentai. It just straight up is hentai. Dragon of the West. My dude, I love you. We've hung out. That's just straight hentai, bro. That's just
there you
it's
go.
just hentai.
Now, do you think Patton Oswalt would get canceled for
I
watching
don't even
La
know
Blue
what being
Girl?
canceled technically is, you know?
Not La Blue Girl, maybe Yuratsu Kadoji, maybe some Bible Black or some shit, you know?
Did you get the picture of Patton writing the little...
Yeah, I have it on a tweet. Let's see here.
Because it's like this picture itself says a lot.
Where is it?
Click I think the photo link there.
Oh, hold on.
He
Yeah,
had
it's
the
on
photo
Instagram.
Instagram.
Let me see here.
Instagram?
Instagram.
Fucking Instagram.
But
You don't like Instagram, Ben?
No.
Instagram is the only place to look at butts all day long.
Dude, I was
There
just
it
thinking
is.
that like earlier today. I went and opened Instagram for the first time this week, and it's nothing but
Yeah.
thirst traps.
So here's the picture.
Yeah, he's writing on his yellow paper, the yellow paper signifying the coward's way out. This is all a psyop. He has
I was kind of thinking almost like he meant to do that.
He has the AirPod in his ear, signaling that he is not alone here. He's listening in on somebody else's word. Patton was raised, you know. He's in the pocket of the global elites. The guy's coming into Disney now. I hope he doesn't get kicked out of Marvel for this, but he said
He's in Marvel.
He was in the new Eternals movie for a shake of a dog dick.
Oh, why?
Oh, shit. Yeah, do you want to read what he wrote?
Yeah.
All right. So it's this thing.
So a lot of people were saying, you know, you can't believe you were cohorting with Dave Chappelle.
And we'll go through some of the
most
threads.
evil man, is what they were saying.
Yeah.
So he responded because he couldn't handle the heat. He said, "I saw a friend I hadn't seen in a long time this New Year's Eve. We've known each other since we were teens. He's a fellow comedian, the funniest I've ever met. I wanted to post a pic and an IG story about it, so I did. The friend is Dave Chappelle. 34 years we've been friends. He's refocused and refined ideas a lot of us took as settled about race and history and life on planet Earth and spun them around with a phrase or punchline. We've done bad and good gigs, open mics, and TV tapings."
I had no idea that they knew each other when they were teenagers.
Yeah, they're about the same age, right?
Either.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle came in very early, and Patton, I don't remember what Patton's earliest work was, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were circling around.
Yeah, I remember the first time I ever saw Dave Chappelle was Robin Hood Men in Tights, and that was early 90s.
I remember him in the Nutty Professor, where he was being a fat hater. I at that moment in time, I was like, I'll never like this guy. And then I liked him again. But anytime you talk bad about fat people, you're literally Shitler. And then he said, we've done bad and good gigs, open mics, TV tapes. We've also 100% disagree about transgender rights and representation, which is interesting because I didn't think Dave Chappelle was like, he was critical of certain transgender things, but he didn't say transgender people shouldn't have rights, right?
He did not say that.
So is Patton Oswalt
did
saying
not
that he
say
doesn't
that,
think they should have rights?
I've seen
He's 100%
so many
disagreeing?
people. I've seen so many people, and we'll look at a few of the tweets out there. Twitter's just fucked. Like, Twitter's just fucked up. It's just a fucked up place. Like, there are people saying he's like advocating for violence, and I never
Patton
heard
Oswalt
anything.
or
No, Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Well, it's because the violence against trans people, they're putting that on the hands of anybody who doesn't take trans people seriously, right? That's the whole line of violence.
Is it only people that don't take it seriously?
I'm pretty sure that it's so serious to people who are trans right activists that if you
So you think Dave Chappelle doesn't take it seriously?
Well, I think they think he doesn't, and they think he's leading
So what do
to
you
the
think?
he's leading to the suicides and stuff of trans people because he's
not.
That's what they're suggesting.
Okay, is he? Is there any data on this? Is anyone like attacking trans people and being like, I watched Dave Chappelle's show and I just want to attack trans people after that?
We don't know.
Are there any documented cases of this?
Well, I mean, do you mean like physically attacked and shit? I'd say probably not. No, probably not. But I mean, like I've seen people on Twitter who are like, "Yeah, I watched Dave Chappelle, blah blah blah," and like kind of used some of it as a justification to be shitty.
Well, I already said Twitter's fucked. Like there's fucked up people all over.
But like those types of people, they don't need Dave Chappelle as an excuse to do that. They're just gonna fucking do it anyway.
And I think there's a lot of trans supporters that are attacking anybody who doesn't fall in line with them because they're also shitty people.
Yeah, it's the outer regions of both sides of the issue, but those are also the loudest people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'd say that there's like kind of a. I'm trying to think of like the easiest way to say this without it like coming across as like totally the wrong way. There's basically like kind of a belief right now that because of the status in the situation in the cultural zeitgeist and how we're trying to accept trans people, that if you throw a monkey wrench into that, or you don't just like say right at the offset like, hey, trans rights, and like, hey, now I can say a joke or something like that, you are kind of contributing to the pushback. Because like, right, the reason why this is an issue right now is because it's so incendiary and it's so immediate. Like maybe in like 5 or 10 years or something, when it's not quite so like fresh and raw, it won't be as crazy. And I'm not saying that it's good. It's just like kind of where some people's mentality are at, you know, like you got to say first that you support, and then you can say jokes. Otherwise, like they feel like you're contributing to something shitty.
There's
whether
a big,
that's right or wrong.
There's a big political game going on for many years that appeals to people's emotions, so that groups that are underrepresented can get more representation through the emotions of others. Right? That's like a political tactic.
Sure. Yeah.
So there's a counterculture to that now, where people feel like this appeal to emotions is not genuine, and you have these people who are countering it, saying, you know, fuck your emotions, fuck your feelings, because emotions and feelings don't fall in line with logic. And logic, for some reason, is supposed to be the be-all, end-all of conversation. So
yeah,
we're in a very weird whirlwind of how people believe, how people think, and it's fighting with other people's beliefs and thoughts. And with this, you know, Dave Chappelle made some stupid comments, and then he also made some interesting comments and things that could be thought about. But we have people who use, they say the best defense is a great offense. So there's this victim mentality people who are very offensive against anybody who even shines a light at things that they do that may or may not be healthy, like toxic actions. So when Dave Chappelle starts calling out some actions in the community that he sees as questionable, they are going to pick words like when he says he's Team Turf and say he's the worst person. And when he says Team Turf, there was some nuance to it, and it was in relation to how he felt with race relations as well. It wasn't coming from a straight turf background.
Have you seen this the clip that's going around of Patton Oswalt saying some stuff?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's tons of stuff.
Yeah. Check.
A couple of fags want to get married, or some dykes, they want to be man. How the fuck does that affect you, asshole? You know? And then the whole, listen, hey, if there's some tranny out there, it's like, hey, I don't want a dick no more. I want a vagina. Then boom, guess what? It's a she now, or whatever the fuck. I don't know, whatever they want to call themselves, that's it, don't affect you. So
this is when Patton Oswalt got 7th place in an Andrew Dice Clay contest.
It kind of sounds like he's impersonating it.
This is a very bit part of him playing a character, I believe, of a redneck
something
who is somehow like forward thinking or progressive redneck, but he still has the redneck terminology. That's the joke here. He's like, hey, what if some trans person wants to get their dick removed? What do you care? So like he's using all the trigger words. He's using all the slurs because he's supposed to be a redneck backwoods, but he is progressive with his line of thinking. So that's the joke, right?
Right.
But this was taken clipped out of context without all the lead up to make it. Well, this is Patton Oswalt saying trans and Fogert.
Guy, I don't care if he's got a chooch that looks like a Boris Karloff horror movie.
Interesting.
You gotta share the planet with that guy, all right? Or that girl. I don't fucking know. They'll tell me, right?
Okay. But yeah,
so is he like pretending to be somebody else when he's saying that
he is,
that line?
but this clip was clipped not to show that. It was clipped just to show him saying this.
Yeah.
That's not his like speaking voice when he does comedy.
Yeah, he doesn't have that accent.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I wasn't sure if you were making a joke that he was pretending to be Andrew Dice Clay or not. But
no, I was joking about that. Like I was joking. But he wasn't doing Andrew Dice Clay.
He does sound like fucking. He does sound like Dice. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's and the thing is too, like you can listen to that comedy bit and you'd be like, well, that's an offensive way to be like, yeah, fuck, I'm inclusive and accepting and shit like that. And like, fine, whatever. I mean, if that's what you want, that's, sure. I'm not gonna knock anybody for finding that funny. Whatever. Your style of humor, it's fine. But like I feel like, God, here comes my enlightened centrism. Are you ready? Are you ready for my enlightened centrism?
Yeah.
Okay. Both sides could be rectified greatly if we exercised one simple thing, which is kindness.
Oh no.
Oh sure, and but not just kindness in the fact of like maybe not make too snipey, shitty jokes towards people who are having a hard time in society. And also people maybe be a little bit more understanding and trying to be more accepting. Like, hey, maybe Dave Chappelle's a fucking boomer. Maybe he doesn't understand what the fuck turf means, and that actually it's not a good thing to be called, dude.
Or maybe he does understand what it means, and he thinks that there is some merit in having something you've been identifying as your whole life be compromised by somebody who is not exactly experiencing life the way you experience it, and now you're taking a back seat to somebody else through your own struggles and privilege. And you look at this, and it doesn't sound fair to do that to trans people because trans people have their own struggles. But you can't just start throwing people's feelings if you're going to make an appeal to emotion on your entire political run yourself, if it's based off feelings. We can't say your feelings are better than their feelings. We have to start finding a common ground where we can educate both sides why they even have fucking feelings about this shit and why the feelings are probably making somebody not in either of their camps a whole lot of money.
Well, okay, and this is something like I got a whole segue for this too because like Joe said something that I really liked. Dave Chappelle, my suffering is worth more than your suffering.
Yeah,
and that shit like legit is one of the things that really cuts to the heart of this whole thing because like people are like they're canceling Dave Chappelle. I don't fucking care. Cancel Dave Chappelle. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I think Dave Chappelle's a great fucking comedian and shit, but cancel him. Go ahead, cancel him. Because, like, honestly, the shit that he said in his last special of, like, people are coming for me. Boo-hoo, I'm being canceled. Boo-hoo. Getting paid tens of millions of fucking dollars to do it. the dude is gonna get fucking massively rich no matter what the fuck he does.
Yeah.
And then he goes up there and he whines because people were mad at him for being spicy.
I don't think
Man,
he's
grow some
canceled.
fucking nuts, dude. Like, he's not fucking canceled.
No, he's not.
Motherfucker's rich as fuck. He can go up there and fucking shake his fucking dick at the audience and say, fuck trans people. He still make $1 million fucking dollars.
Did
Fuck
we
that,
ever
dude.
watch the trailer for his comedy special on the show? It was
we did.
Morgan Freeman narrating it. It was before all this stuff went out.
Oh, yeah.
They had this a few days before the comedy special aired. And he was basically calling the shots for what was going to happen in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is all designed as some of the best. Is it propaganda? If it's promotion.
It's marketing.
This is marketing.
Controversy creates cash.
Remember when they had that Schick commercial, and it was all about, or what was it? Was Schick? Is that the razor company?
Yep.
Whatever the razor company was that had
Gillette?
Gillette. They pinned. They had men versus women, and it was all over Twitter. It was all over Twitter. People were barking.
I think this is Patton Oswalt's current partner, right?
But that's the new advertisement is just getting people to argue about your product. That's the new advertisement. They do this on purpose. Meredith Salinger.
Yeah, she was in here doing damage control in the comments section.
Tana here said, I understand valuing your friendship, but I'm surprised you wouldn't know your posts here and on IG hurt people that deserve better. Read through those saddened and versus those defending. That would be enough to make me uncomfortable.
So, you know what? I don't.
Sweet boys.
Thank you. Whoa. Like,
Thank you, Coop.
I don't know why. Like, all he did was post a picture with the guy. I don't know why that should make someone
he said, this is my friend. I'm so happy to end 2021 this way. And boy, did 2022 start off bad for Patton Oswalt. Bet you wish you were back in 2021 when you were happy with Dave Chappelle, huh? And the real problem here is that Patton Oswalt, he cares about people's feelings. That's the problem.
You know, well, yeah, performatively.
He
Sure.
did mention that he was starting to have regrets about friends of his that he had cut off due to differences like this. He mentioned that in his post that he wrote down on the yellow paper.
I, as a general rule, don't trust anything a celebrity or a politician or a YouTuber ever fucking says. It's the safest way. I'll put it this way: like, if there's one thing that I take away, and maybe this is just like how I've evolved on the internet, but I read that tweet from Tana. I understand valuing your long friendship. I'm surprised you wouldn't know your posts here on IG hurt people that deserve better. Read through these saddened and those defending, et cetera, et cetera. When I read a tweet like that, me 4 years ago would have been like, well, why the fuck are you letting something on the internet hurt your feelings? Now what I see instead is like, I really wish that you had a better like support structure. The world was nicer to you, that you wouldn't care. Like that wouldn't bother you, that the world was a different place, that we didn't actually have to have a bunch of dog shit like that. You know, it's a different way of looking at it. I do think that ultimately we are responsible for what we do consume. Ain't nobody forcing you to follow Patton Oswalt and that sort of thing.
Right.
But like I feel I have a lot of compassion for trans people these days because they go through some serious bullshit. So
are we responsible for being manipulated? Like if we're manipulated, are we responsible for being manipulated if we don't even know we're being manipulated?
I think it's a varying degree. I think we're always at least slightly, but
because advertisement, algorithm, everything that's going on is manipulating us to feel some sort of way. And when we start to feel some sort of way, it's propagating that feeling and making it grand, and it's consuming us.
Right.
So it's really hard to put this responsibility on people to just let go of things or to not feel a certain way because we're being groomed by social media, by advertisement, by society in every single way. And you have to be so strong not to be taken into that. And most people are not that strong.
True. That's true. And you know, maybe it's the culture that's been bred up around this sort of thing, you know. It's
Honest Red says you are responsible for how you act on your feelings. And Honest Red, I'm going to say you act on your feelings in a way that makes you high and mighty very often. So you're never wrong, right? When's the last time you acknowledged you were wrong on us, Red? Because I think you're programmed to think and act the way you're thinking, so you're responsible for somebody else's ideal. Because you're being driven to think a way that you came to because you've been groomed into thinking this way.
Yeah, I can say I can feel that way. A jester said he could be compassionate about trans people and still laugh at a joke. I agree. There were only like 3 jokes in the last Chappelle special, though. The rest of it was just him fucking whining. Sorry, dude, I didn't like it. Those
I
3
genuinely
jokes were
liked
fucking
parts of
bangers.
it. Other parts, but I'm like that with anything. Like I don't like 100% of most things.
Joe and I were actually talking today about how much we like Honest Red, in his opinion.
I like Honest Red a lot. Too.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that today.
I challenge that though, Ben. Eddie Murphy's Raw is perfect. I don't
Sure,
care how much that cancels me.
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to watch it again to really.
I like Delirious more
say
than
one way
Raw,
or the
but they're
other.
both very
It's
good.
bad. They're both
Is that
real
the
bad.
1980s one where he's wearing like the Michael Jackson
Raw
jacket?
is the red one. He was wearing the red. Delirious is the other one from the 80s. But
There's a
Raw and
lot of
Delirious are
AIDS
very
jokes.
good. But like, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. We have to look at it from the time period it was, because if we look back on these things, everything's going to be different than it is now, and that's part of progress.
Right.
The question is, at what point is progress doing us harm? And we don't really know. There are people who are conservative, they have conservative values, that are probably losing out some of the things that matter to them because progress is killing out on things that does have value in our society. Progressives aren't 100% perfect. Like what? Family values?
Well, I have family values. I'm progressive.
You have family values, but conservatives hold family values higher than a lot of other values,
Well,
and we lose some of that.
family values are it's a subjective term. You know?
Like it doesn't fucking mean it.
Like a lot of people, like a lot of conservatives think religion fits into family values too.
And that's because religion took family values and tried to brand it as their own.
Right. Agreed. And but I live a more traditional lifestyle than most fucking conservatives. More like conservatives are just as prey to fucking getting divorced and shit like that. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course, obviously. But, I want to be a wasteland warlord with my roving band of hot trans women in chainmail bikinis shooting machine guns. I want those things, but I also want a traditional, lifestyle too.
I just want family.
Yes.
Elliot Van Way says, in the past I viewed Billy as a bigot. Now I view him as a sexual object. People and things change.
What?
It's true. But you've always been into some weird race play stuff, so bend over.
Let's check out something different. What is
to cap off the Patton Oswalt stuff? To cap it off. I don't want to cancel him any more than I want to cancel Will Wheaton or Dave Chappelle. But at the end of all this, I do think we're going to have a canceled Kings of Comedy tour with Will Wheaton, Patton Oswalt, and whoever else goes up against Dave Chappelle next. And maybe RuPaul will open it.
Will Wheaton
It'll
is
be
not
interesting.
a comedian.
Will Wheaton is very, very
Okay, I'm
funny.
moving on.
Excuse me, have you ever seen the show The Will Wheaton Show? That was comedy gold. Thank you very much.
Does Patton Oswalt play D&D?
That wasn't canned laughter. That was real
Hey guys,
studio
what's
audio.
up? It's your boy Jay Genesis
Is this
here.
new?
I forgive me about the picture quality. I know this sucks ass, and I have the PC up to my face so you can hear me because I know the volume sucks. Eventually, hopefully for my birthday, I'll get a PC stick and
Don't do it, Jared's dad.
What's a PC stick?
Like a PC that you put up your butt? I don't know.
Is it like plugs into a TV or something? Is it like a Raspberry Pi?
Maybe.
then I can put my old camera up. But until then, I'm gonna have to use my dad's laptop. So thanks, Dad, for letting me borrow your geezer Lenovo IdeaPad 110, which is basically like for little old ladies.
Jared gained like 100 pounds, right?
I don't know. He's chinning.
But anyway,
He's chinning.
I don't like to acknowledge his weight gain because I tend to side towards fat people, and I don't want to do that with him. So I'm looking at him as in the eyes of a thin.
It's almost like siding towards people just based on the way they look is not a good way to go about judging people.
I think obesity is one of those things that you can judge by looks because it's a condition of character.
All right.
And people who have eaten so much that they're fat have probably had to eat for reasons where society maybe burned them and they turned to obesity as a crutch to get through life. It was self-medication.
I think you're projecting too much of yourself onto other people that you don't even know.
I think I'm just an empath.
No, I think you're literally just projecting.
Guys, so I know it's been a little while. I've just been working on
around.
myself a lot here lately. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, great New Year. Also, I wanted to say I'm sorry I haven't read all the comments. I've been bad with that. So.
Oh yeah, Pimp Monk hates your fat takes, and he just popped into the.
Because
into the
Pimp
chat.
Monk's a certified fat hater. You're a self-hating fat, Pimp Monk. And I know why you would, right? Because you want to blame all your problems in life on you being fat. But we know that's like literally the one thing that makes you affable. It's the one thing that makes people love you above all else. It's the only thing holding you up, but you want to blame fat because then you don't have to address all the other failures in your life, you fat-hating pimpy.
Oh, if I missed you, just don't take it personal, dude. I used to be really good with responding to everybody, but
he's telling
lately
people not to take it personal if he doesn't respond to their comments.
You know, once things start picking up, then I'll respond to more people. But so I do apologize if I missed you. But I will go back and I will respond to every comment eventually. It'll just take me a little time there. But so guys, I got a story time today. Story of how I bulked for 2 years straight. Now, before I get into this, let me just say, I know I'm no Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay? I know that I'm no Jay Cutler.
You
all
sure?
Right? I'm no Mike O'Hearn.
How he bulked for 2 years straight. Now, bulk doesn't mean fat.
Danny DeVito's got a better body than you.
Right.
But for someone in his
DeVito.
mid-30s, you know, who's just a fucking skater dude, you know, motherfucker, I think I did pretty decent.
Okay. Good for you, Jared.
I guarantee you he doesn't skate.
Good for you, Jared. He's just a skater boy.
That doesn't skate.
Yeah.
He does
Skating
not
is
skate.
not a crime. Skating is not a crime, Ben.
You burn way too many calories
You don't
skateboarding.
have to skateboard to be a skater boy. All you have to do is want to bang Avril Lavigne, and you're immediately a skater boy.
She's too old for him.
He said 80. He said 8 to 80.
He said up to 1,000 actually,
Yeah.
and as low as 8.
Basically had catching up to do because I wasted a lot of time on the internet. Now, with that said, I don't regret being a YouTuber, but
You've said so many times that YouTube's kind of lame.
I had points in my channel where I was just stagnant for a very long time.
Yeah, you got grounded by your dad because you threatened to beat him up. And then people kept calling the cops to your house because you'd say some messed up stuff that triggers a lot of people.
It was a kid thing, too.
Yeah, yeah.
By that, I mean nothing was happening. You know, my channel wasn't evolving. I was getting very low.
He's like my channel, like he only had one. He's had so many. There's still a few of them out there, but a lot of them got banned. There's the one, he played porn on the channel.
Shabisky fucking destroyed it with that
He was
shit.
trying to trick Shabisky, but he announced what he was doing. It's like a football team telling the other team exactly what play they're going to do right before they do it.
Isn't that what we first brought Shabisky on Drunken Peasants, the show, for?
No, I knew Shabisky from being on Pimp Monk streams a few times already.
I thought we didn't bring him on until the
I don't
Jared
remember.
Genesis
I'd have
thing.
to go back and look.
I'm pretty sure that's what got him into the main frame, the big time, the Drunken
I don't
Peasants.
know, but anyway.
Which, by the way, turning 8 years old.
8 years old tomorrow.
We're going to be Jared Legal tomorrow.
It's not 18. It's 8 years old. Yeah.
What Jared said, 80 to 8.
That's not legal, though. That's
Jared legal.
That's a weird preference. Oh, no. That's not how it works. You don't get to be like, well, this is me legal. That's you legal.
It's Jared legal.
And I was more or less just wasting my time. You know, when I grew up, when I what am I saying? When I
You know what I'm saying, bro?
As I was growing up in my teens, I was a fairly active dude, but I didn't really lift weights a whole lot. I didn't
like
do that
now?
until around my early to mid 20s.
You never lifted weights. You were never like muscular or anything.
You think he lifted weights the same way he played the drums?
Yes, sparingly. You know what? Yeah, he had weights buried somewhere under some garbage in his room, and he was like, "I lift weights."
And I didn't, do a whole lot of different exercises. We just had this exercise machine that I would use every so often. And basically, I never reached my peak, not even close to it in my 20s, nor in my early...
You reached your peak. What are you talking about? Wherever your peak was, that was your peak that you reached. Which wasn't much. It wasn't much of a peak. There was no peak. I mean, your personal peak, but it was kind of like a hill,
30s.
Yeah.
I should have spent more time working on myself.
It looks like he's cutting his own hair again, too. I don't
Something's
get this.
going on there.
It looks fantastic.
It looks like he just spackled some chia pet seeds on his head.
What do I have on my... Oh, it's a shadow. I thought I had a giant booger on my nose here.
Oh, God.
But,
how could he be more grotesque?
Doesn't that look like a booger? Anyway.
How could not having a booger on himself be grosser than having a booger on himself?
Just when you think. By the way, this is his Wolverine haircut that he used to have back in the day. Which is...
Oh, yeah, it was so good,
Yeah.
dude. That was amazing.
Yeah.
No,
like
but
it could take
seriously,
flight, dude.
I should have been working more
Yeah,
on
you
myself.
glide on
And
it.
guys, I'm going to admit something to you, okay? I'll give you haters a bone. I'll admit I probably was struggling with low T near the end, with my Alpha Genesis channel, even Jared Genesis. I gained a lot of weight.
And you kept gaining it because now you look totally different from then. It's been 2 years.
I was more moody, and that's actually a sign with men with low testosterone. But I will say, though, in my defense, I was in my
Jared's
fucking...
rapid weight gain and Billy's ongoing weight loss, I have to wonder if Jared will overtake Billy as a boom batty in the next year or two?
No, I gained too much over COVID. I gotta get back down to my fighting weight, my banging weight when I was banging.
30s.
When I was
People
banging
forget,
out the
like,
frame.
I'm an old motherfucker, okay? I'm an old dog. I've been around. I started skateboarding in 1993, dude. That was barely after they made the double concave deck. I wish I was born, or I wish I grew up skating.
He said
Like
mid-30s. He said mid-30s
Yeah.
earlier in this video.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I guess.
So he had a
that's
skateboard when he was 8, 9 or 10.
All right.
He's a skater
in
boy.
the 80s, though, because I personally think the fishtail was the greatest skateboard. It's perfect for doing kickflips. It's perfect for ollies. That square edge gives you mad pop. But that's a different story for a different time. But for those of you who don't know,
He's gonna ollie. Did we lose Eduardo?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, he said it was unavoidable, but he had to go and take care of something.
I miss him. I love him.
Yeah. That's all good.
It's all good.
I'm gonna have to try and carry the weight now that we lost Eduardo, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm up to the task.
You got this, Jeff. I told Ben, I was like, we have Jeff tonight. We might as well not even show up. I was like, Jeff will run the show on his own. And Ben said, look, Billy, you know for a fact you want to hang out with Jeff, and I want to hang out with Jeff too. So let's just show up to the show and hang out with him while he goes. I was like, yeah, okay, you're right. I do want to hang out with Jeff.
If you guys weren't here, it would just be 2.5 hours of me recruiting for my Kekistani army. So,
we're helping you groom the new generation of Kekistinians.
That's right. That's right.
That's very affable of you.
Hey, all of you lost and easily impressionable teenagers. I was in a documentary with Jordan Peterson. Sign up to my Patreon. All right.
I helped write Agenda 21 with Jordan Peterson.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Tail was the skateboard of the 80s that just had that single concave and that sexy nose. Really beautiful stuff.
Milk in the chat says glowy alert. Is glowy, is that okay to say nowadays? Is that...
I don't even know what that means.
It means
Oh, dude, no. He called me a glowy earlier, and look, if you can't read between the lines, like me bringing back Kekistan, I'm just joining a long line of tradition of extremist social movement leaders who will later sell out everyone who joins up to the feds, like Enrique Tarrio. So whatever.
Or like Jack Murphy, the King Glowy.
Yeah, we have that. We have that weird video.
Oh man.
Too.
In the words of Mark Gonzalez, the creator of the 50-50 grind, popsicle skateboards look like shit. You know, they're great for being technical, but double kicktail skateboards, they look dumb. I personally think Rodney Mullen's to blame for that. The freestyler guy, I think he made that popular. But
I love Jared's takes on skateboarding. Like we all played Tony Hawk. It doesn't matter if you did this or not. You're gonna be able to say all these words. We all done a back stand ollie, kick flip, whatever, with pressing A B on the PlayStation.
Yeah, so he babbles on. We can move on from this. Here's that Jack Murphy video. Let's see what this is. Fuck it up. So what? Who is this guy?
This guy is he says that Jack Murphy scammed him out of $1,000 because he was in the liminal order. This gentleman's from the liminal order, learning how to be a man from Jack Murphy himself. Scammed over $1,000.
Fuck up the cook. Fuck up the cook. Fuck up the cook. Fuck up the cook.
He's very mad that he paid Jack Murphy to teach him how to be a man.
I guess.
And you're gonna fuck up the cook.
Now he's saying, I'm going to fuck up the cook. I'm going to fuck up the cook. While he burns one of Jack Murphy's books.
Watch that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is he smoking a bong?
Sounds like it. I hope it's a warbler and he's doing meth.
Well, wait, wasn't the thing with Jack Murphy? He was like trying to teach men how to be like alphas or some shit.
Yeah, he
like
had a $99 a month minimum membership to be in his liminal order. To learn how to be an upstanding man and live life in a dominant fashion. And
oh boy!
And I think there was one that was like a $4,000 lifetime membership, and then there was $1,000 like super club membership or something. Maybe that was the yearly.
He was hosting. I don't know if it's still on or not, but he was gonna host this event in Seattle towards the end of this month.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the 30th of this month.
What's it called again? The Bro Brunch?
Yeah, the cuck luncheon or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something out of the bearded clam lunch. He's such a he is the greatest thing to happen to all of us.
Okay.
I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you guys. Like, anytime somebody wants to sell you some sort of like course or whatever on the internet, they're selling you a bunch of fucking bullshit every single fucking time. I deal with people that do this kind of shit over and over and over and over, and it's usually just catering to whatever it is that you think that you're missing out on. You know, like usually the ones that I'm talking about are like Facebook moms who think that they found like some grand conspiracy or some shit like that. But like, if you're feeling insecure and you feel like you need to find a way to become more of like a man and shit, yeah, there's gonna be some jackass out there who's like, pay me money for this fucking course.
I was gonna take some of Elizabeth April's classes and become a member of the Galactic Federation.
That would be great.
Does she say that you can actually become part of the Galactic Federation?
I'm working towards it. I'm laying the groundwork.
Ben's about $5,000 to $6,000 away from being in the Galactic Federation.
I'm gonna get a PhD in Galactic Federation. I'll be Dr. Ben.
All I'm gonna say is Elizabeth April is a fucking grifter, but like, if she had an option where I could pay like $50 to smell her hair, I'd probably do it.
Oh, you know her hair stink too. Like,
you think it stinks?
Because she lives in the fucking desert life, right?
I don't think so. She lives like in the woods.
I have no idea.
Wasn't she in Sedona all the time?
Nope.
Wasn't that part of her thing?
She's actually Canadian originally, but she lives in the States somewhere.
I thought she was in Sedona.
She's like an Instagram model. That's like her. Like, that's where she probably gets most of her followers from.
trying to find this information on Elizabeth April so I can tear her apart. Crystals.
What do you mean by tear her apart?
I need to know whether her hair's gonna smell good. I thought she was always in the freaking desert, but it looks like she
what
cleans
does being in
herself
the
sometimes.
desert have to do with making your hair smell bad?
He wants that hair to be fresh.
Yeah, people don't get to shower as much in the desert, so they get sand and dust in their
if
hair.
they're camping?
Yeah, I remember her in a truck.
That's the same if you're camping anywhere, not just the desert.
I don't know, the desert's a specifically tricky scenario because water is scarce.
No, it's not.
Have
Not
you-
if you live in a city. I lived in Albuquerque.
Have you seen Tank Girl?
That's a movie.
I assume a lot
It's a
of it's
post-apocalyptic film.
I assume a lot of real world is desert life is like Tank Girl.
Uh-huh.
I'm from the lush Northwest where it literally rains life all the time.
No, it doesn't. It dries up during the summertime here.
Some people
And
say,
and things catch on fire.
Some people say they're just giving us a moment of time to miss.
Some
the
people say
beautiful
you're full
life.
of shit.
No,
meaning me.
Yeah, only
Here's,
you. Yeah, I need a second opinion.
Pick a side, pick a side. You cannot serve both. Pick a side, pick a side. Do you want to serve Satan or do you want to serve Christ? Pick a side, pick a side. You cannot serve both. Do you want to sow selfish seeds and be eternally lost? Or my dear friends, we
Honest Red said, not if you're camping by waterfalls. There are some waterfalls that you cannot go under. You'll get like pelted so hard. with
Yeah,
water.
Honest Red, you're not
pick
going
up
into the
and
big Snoqualmie
bear our
Falls and
cross.
washing your hair.
No, you'd get fucked up
And we
if you
can
did that.
eat from the tree of life forever like
This
a
is so
boss.
bad. Oh my
Pick a side, pick a side. You cannot serve both.
I'd
But
believe
for
in
real,
Satan if he would shut this up.
Pick a side.
Pick a side. The only side you should pick is the side that you wake up with every fucking day, and that's your side. Believe in yourself the way these fucking weirdos believe in some sky daddy, and you'd be surprised how great your life will be.
I wonder how many times she rehearsed that.
I hope none.
Pick a side. Pick a side.
The only thing that would make that worse is if she'd rehearsed it for an hour. Like a boss.
I think she's very pretty.
Nick Fuentes is in the house!
Oh, fuck me. No, I'm into it. Let's go.
That's his crew. That's the little clip that I had because we've watched this video before and made fun of it. Someone clipped it for me, so I played it one more time.
Let's go! Nick Fuentes is in the house!
This is Ocean's 9/11.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You know, the thing is, like, if Nick could just be honest about how gay he is, he'd get so much fucking ass.
You know what,
dude?
Do you remember that one guy? What was his name? Naked Ape or something?
Oh yeah.
He was a gay guy. I never saw what he looked like, but he kind of sounded like Nick Fuentes. You know? Maybe they're the same person.
No, they're definitely not the same person.
joking.
Definitely not.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Nick
No, I know.
Fuentes' first book is going to be titled Mein Cock.
That's good. I like that. That's pretty good. Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, Naked Ape was definitely different from Nick Fuentes. Naked Ape was a fucking psychopath. Like,
Yeah,
like Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is just, a really creepy, sad, pathetic fucking.
Why does
dickhead.
Naked Ape sound like a fucking NFT project?
It does. Because, we
does.
associate apes now with NFTs also because they're everywhere. Everyone like the stream, please. Please, I'm asking nicely. Also, we've got our goal if you want to chuck us some money.
Milk says Nick is also a glowy for real. That would make 100% sense. Like, we're looking at Nick right now and we're questioning why anybody would follow him.
Well, look who follows him. The person on the far right looks like a child. A very tall child, but still like a 15-year-old or something.
Looks like Where's Waldo dressed as Pee Wee Herman back there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this is content.
Oh my God.
Hey, what's up?
What the fuck even is that?
Are you a streamer?
He's got Nick Fuentes with him.
Really? Where
What
do
an
you
ugly
stream?
bitch.
They're so mean to people.
Twitch. That's fucking stupid.
Look at her pigtails. Dumb, ugly bitch.
That's Nick Fuentes. That's Nick Fuentes right there.
What's the point of this?
All he does?
Yeah.
This is why he gets followers, because it's these frustrated little men that want to attack people because they can't offer anything of value to the world.
That is fucking cringe, dude. Holy shit.
Steph McHugg says, sounds like Billy. When I call a girl that, it's endearing, okay? Because here's the difference between me and Nick. Nick doesn't want to fuck these women. I call them that. It's called negging, and it usually leads to copious amounts of disgusting, unsatisfying sex.
Oh, she skipped me. I gotta start skipping some. Yo, what's up, my nigga?
Oh boy, that's.
This is just like evidence for the dumpster trash shitbag file that we have more than 98 drawers of already for Nick and his cohorts. These are the most loserous losers. And let's see, she's wearing Cannibal Corpse. Let's see if she's got a little bit of a hardcore to hit him back with.
How are you?
Kill yourself.
Nice.
Did he cancel her after that?
I think she canceled him.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do anything wrong.
He covers it up just in case someone's jerking off on camera.
Oh, dude, that's the only reason I would ever jerk off on camera.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Are they gay? Ask them if they're gay.
Are you guys gay?
No.
Really?
Yeah, they are. Say, yeah, you are.
So Nick and this guy are accusing other people of being gay
because they want to have more guys to their little gay party.
I think they're hoping that they are.
This is the new tea party. They actually sit down and say, "Oh, what a lovely tea party!" after giving each other blowjobs.
I'm just really, I'm really confused about this whole fucking thing because, like, I mean, I've gone on Omegle with like my friends and shit and like fucked with people, sure, but like we at least did like clever shit. Like this one time, we made scorecards like 1 through 10, and had them on like popsicle sticks and shit like that. So like we go on Omegle and like, you know, as soon as we see some dude like jacking off, we like give him like a score and shit. Like that's funny. That's kind of fun and it's silly. But like, are you fucking gay?
But like, what? We live in a participation world, right? Like participation trophy world, where it used to be. We used to have a class clown. We used to have the person who was actually funny, and that died out to memes because kids didn't want to not be the funny one. So they just shared memes and they no longer laugh at jokes. They just share memes. Now everybody's the funny one. And if everybody's the funny one, now everybody wants to get on and tell jokes. But really the only thing everybody can do to elicit a response, whether it's a laughter or crying or whatever it is, the best chance they have at eliciting a response is being vile. And they can all be vile because guess what? They've probably had people vile to them at once, and they held on to that more than the love that they had in their life because there probably wasn't enough love to go through all the vile moments these little losers have had, and they hold on to that vile, they propagate that vile, they make a whole new demeanor about being mean and vile, and that's how most bullies are born. But the problem, if nobody's a bully because we canceled bullies, then everybody is a bully, and they're the weakest form of bully. And that's what we have, participation trophy bullies. And this is pathetic on a whole different level, and it's so pathetic that these two do-nothing motherfuckers are here on the lowest level of commentary and jabs and doing their little Vinnie Barbarinos to whoever's on the damn screen, and they have 150, 300, 2,000 losers even worse and less funny than them, spamming kek, groip, haha in the fucking chat.
I've never heard them say kek.
I don't fucking know what kids say, dude.
Oh.
I'm not a kid. I barely read our own chat,
That's
and
our
I
word.
always read our own chat.
Yeah, you do.
You are, dude. Look at you. You're gay.
They really, really, really want him to be gay.
That was a gay look.
Come on, you're gay, right? You're gay.
Yeah.
Take your shirt off. Show us how gay you are.
Yeah, they're so fucking gay.
Yeah,
Look at them. Look
they're
at those little
hyper
fruity
gay.
faggots.
They're hyper gay, dude.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Why am I on your screen?
I was thinking to myself, why am I on
This
your
guy's a
screen?
tranny.
I thought that was me.
Oh my God.
Interview me, please.
What the?
Are you trans?
Dude, look at that receding
I
hairline.
don't identify with gender.
Look at that
Identify-
hairline. That hairline says.
Wait, you don't-
So they're such assholes. Like they're just like outwardly mean to
Yes,
everybody.
and this is nothing new. This is when he made the
But they
15-year-old girl
wouldn't say
cry at
that-
the mall, and then he shut up when the big woman came by.
Right.
And the big woman was there, and he fucking cowered
Because that big woman
because
would have bounced his ass.
You know she would have, and
Yeah.
he would have, and his optics immediately went from being "I'm the big boss making a group of 15-year-old girls cry" to being, "Oh, geez, I can't wait to get home and tell everybody how this woman was chimping out on me at the Popeyes."
Oh my God.
That's the words they use. That's the words they use. That's the words they use, not my words. And that's what he went and did when he went back to his little stream and talked about it. He said the woman was just that was the least racist thing I could think of. But that's what he did.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm into it.
What's the least racist thing I could think of? God.
Why?
You don't identify with any gender at all?
Why can't I hear anyone on here? What'd you say?
You don't identify as any gender at all?
No.
What does that mean, though?
It means that I don't want to be alive or human, but the closest thing. Your anal cream's in the fridge.
God damn it!
Are you kidding me?
Every once in a while, there is a gem. Every once in a while, there is a gem.
This has to be fucking fake, dude.
Because
No
that
way.
was a golden jewel. That literally
Look
Thanos.
at his face.
Thanos came down from whatever Titan, and he put that little jewel in his goddamn Infinity Gauntlet. That's how good that jewel was. They straight up said, "Have you
Where's your
seen my
anal
anal
cream?"
cream? Your anal cream is in the fridge."
God damn it.
But
So good.
What the freak,
No
dude?
way. No
Look
way.
at those grubby
Yeah.
little fingers.
You never met no
Ew.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! You guys just got served up the best material, and you glaze over it to comment on their appearance again.
Well, they're probably the one ending this interaction.
Hey, can we
you
get?
can literally identify.
Can you
with
show me
anything
your
you
hand?
want.
Like, can
It's
we see your hand?
2024, right?
You guys just got served up anal cream in the fridge, and you want to do stupid comments about their hands?
Can I see your hand?
So fucking lame.
There's no comedy here. This is straight idiots, dumb, low IQ bully. Well, not even bullies. They're proto bullies in the world where bullying was canceled. This is what you get. This is what you get when there's no bullying. When there was bullying, these people got bullied to shit by the actual good bullies. And you know what the good bullies did? They usually lived miserable lives. Or they got better and they became, I don't know, Jake Paul. But we don't even get Jake Pauls out of these two little dudes. These guys are the guys that Jake Paul would have set straight. But they didn't have Jake Paul.
I am always repeatedly surprised that nobody just openly beats the shit out of Nick Fuentes anytime he leaves his house. I don't understand it.
He had security with him that one time, right? The very angry looking short dude, shorter than Nick.
I don't know who that guy was.
Do you pay by the foot for that security company?
Fruit by the foot.
Yeah. Look, I think Nick Fuentes should go to VidCon. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, Nick. Come on in. Tell me how you're doing.
My hand?
Yeah.
Why?
Because that shit's gross, dude. Put those sausages away.
It looks like a pretty normal hand. I don't see sausage fingers.
And I want to
put those fucking things away.
I want to say something that I don't know if anybody else is thinking this. Jeff, you're well versed with submissive types, right?
I guess so, sure.
There's a huge humiliation kink, right?
Oh, yeah.
I can see on this person's face that they're enjoying this, and Nick and his buddy here don't realize they're in a bout of foreplay with the person that has a fridge full of anal cream.
You know what? You might be absolutely on point.
Look at
with
those
that.
eyes.
I didn't
Those
even
eyes
think
are
about
loving this. Those eyes are in to win.
Put those fucking things away, dude. This is
that.
nasty.
I think you might be onto something.
These
with this,
guys
yeah.
are unwittingly engaging in foreplay.
They totally derailed them too because they're not willing to talk about anything like anal cream. So they're like, well, what about your hands? Show me your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, God, sausage fingers. Oh, my God. You're gross.
And then the person who's getting called sausage fingers has this glare in their eye like, oh, this is exactly what makes my butthole moist.
Hey, what's up?
And I want all the Nick Fuentes super fans that watch us to talk bad about Nick to recognize your guy Nick literally just engaged in unknowing foreplay.
Nick
with that
has
person.
mutant hands, too, by the way.
Yeah, so does Joe.
Does he?
Joe and Nick. Joe's thumbs even go
Yes.
further back than Nick's do. It was wild.
Hey, don't show me myself. Don't be weird.
Well,
she hates herself. She hates herself.
Why-
Low self-confidence.
do you like not have a lot of self-confidence?
No, it's just
Tell her that
I
it's
don't like seeing
okay. She
myself
just
twice. I get it.
disgusts
I
you
look
too.
bad.
Well, you're disgusting to me too, so
Thanks. I'm glad we're on the same page.
yeah, fucking gross bitch.
She
What
looks
is that
like
on
she
your
has
wall?
hairy armpits.
What is that on your wall? But back
I don't
here?
even believe them. Like if
gross
somebody's
bitch.
gonna talk shit in a way that I believe that you really mean it.
They're so
I
unenthusiastic.
don't even believe it. Like you're getting a little tingle in your crotch thinking this girl's pretty, but then you realize to yourself that you're such a worthless nothing. You're never gonna get it, and so you go to this immediate negative response that sucks because even in your eyes you're like, I wish a girl like this would talk to me, but I know it's not possible. So I hate you too. You're not alone. I also am
She's super
uncomfortable with
cute.
your appearance.
She's super cute.
Yeah, she's totally cute. And this guy can't even deny that, but he's here with his boys. And this is like when you go to the frickin' the showers at the locker room, and you're like, yeah, I would totally titty bang Lopsy. And they're like, yeah, let's titty bang her. Let's titty bang her, dude. And then you go back and see Lopsy at the fucking ice cream social, and you're like, hey, Lopsy, how are you doing? You're such a sweet boy when you're not around your boys. Pussy. Sticky says Dylan Burns is pretty too. She does look like Dylan Burns, and I would love to have a three-way with her and Dylan Burns if the consent was there.
Yeah, that's 100% the most important part. But also, I would titty fuck Dylan Burns. I don't know. Is he stacked? Does he have big titties?
Dude, Dylan Burns is a house. Me and Dylan Burns might hang out and just bang anything that moves. We're sick like that. I can't actually say that Dylan would actually bang anything that moves, but I'll say it like I believe it. We're sick like that. We'll do it.
Okay. I'm into this. Yeah.
Man. Let's see what Lopsy got to say to the kid.
Amy, what does that say?
Which one? Amy Winehouse.
Oh, okay. You have
She would
hairy-
have a mustache if she didn't shave it.
Do you have hairy armpits?
Do I have hairy armpits? No, I don't.
You look like the type of bitch that would definitely have hairy armpits.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like her response. Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. She's higher IQ, higher level of confidence, higher level of wit. She is beating these boys, and there's 4 or 5 of them. And she's sitting here in front of her Billy Corgan poster.
Why though? Like, just shave.
Okay.
Yeah, just clean yourself up.
Do you want to say a little bit more?
Yeah. Not.
A small phallic object says, "What's a fat boy Eiffel Tower called?" It's the Sydney Opera House. Which, by the way, I welcome Sydney Watson to take a night at the Sydney Opera House.
Oh, God, not me. Jesus Christ.
I think she's just adorable. She's just and it's not anything to do with anything but her politics. I like the fact that she's the most manly person on the set of her dumb show, and she's the woman.
True. Yeah. No. I will give you that. But then again, it's really not hard to out masculine Elijah fucking Schaefer. And
Is Elijah Schaefer gay?
Probably not.
Okay,
but
I
he'd
don't know.
probably
I
be
don't know
better
his
off if he
sexuality.
was.
I don't know his sexuality. All I know is he's the Walmart brand Dave Rubin, and that makes me think maybe he's gay.
Oh my God, dude! No, I think he would probably be a happier person if he was gay. To be honest
Elijah
with you.
Schaefer is like when your mom says we have Dave Rubin at home.
Yes, dude, 100%. Holy shit!
I want to be on their show so bad. Like if Sydney, you're probably watching because you're a woman and I'm highly attractive, so you're probably secretly watching. If you're secretly watching, I will come down to Dallas and I will do your TV show with Elijah, and I'll be highly respectable. And I'll even, if I have to, I'll even like make some cuck articles that you can help me for. I don't care. I'll do it. I'm sick.
I loved when the last of you guys had Poisoning the Well on.
Yeah.
And it was right after that whole thing with Nick Fuentes was on their show, and just Sofane had no fucking chill. He's like he didn't even fucking pull back. He's just like straight up. Sydney Watson is the biggest, most annoying bitch on the planet. Oh my God, Fane! Holy shit, dude! Oh no! Yeah, that was good. I like that a lot.
She does look like she's into panel though.
No, not really.
This
Not to
bitch
you.
loves to get choked.
But
in
you're
the-
gross looking.
She has this weird fucking.
Anymore?
She's like asking you to go on. Just skip.
She has a man face. Why does she have a man face? Looks like
What's wrong with your?
She has a man face. There's a reason I'm attracted to this woman. Put some cat ears on her, and I might actually think about dating a woman for once.
It's just so nonsensical too, because like this is actually objectively a very pretty person.
Yeah.
They're just like,
she's so ugly.
Yeah, no, she's a pretty normal person, and they're trying to roast her because roasting got so popular. This roast culture is even an extension of meme culture. It puts the person being roasted in the seat of somebody that's valued, even though it's valued for negativity, and then it gets the entire crowd at the center of their attention. Roast me. It's, again, participation trophy bullshit.
This guy's banned from Twitter. I just looked to see if he had a Twitter. He's banned.
He should be banned from Applebee's as well. I don't want this guy getting any more riblets.
Yeah, your jawline is so wide.
no orgies for
Thank you.
You're built like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, ugly bitch.
Wow.
Yo,
And then he pulls the sensor up to get her off the screen because he knows she had the greatest burn in just her slight response, and she wasn't breaking, and you had to run away because you're a tiny little boy that can't handle one woman that's not even trying to be better than you, and she just is. So you can't hang.
True. True.
All right.
Yeah, these guys are fucking insufferable, dude.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty awful. I'm done with them. Let's check out the Streamlabs, and then we'll move on to the next part.
I wanna walk into Coop Car Avenue. Coop Car gave that big honey money. Thank you again, Coop Car. Your support is loved and appreciated. Here's Ariel said, Jeff, would you be down to be the tech guy and operate the game show and Pimp Monk host Wheel of Misfortune too? No dominatrix needed. Billy, Ben, and Shabisky contestants. Wheel of random things like shock collar or hot sauce, not just different spigots.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to run the show.
Yeah, this is the thing though.
No. Hang on, Ben. I think I can handle it. You can be a contestant. I think it's fine. I'll take care of it.
This is the problem. We're not sure exactly who's going to be there for episode 1000, and we probably
It's looking a certain way, but you know
we probably won't go to the well. We're not going to have any sequels on 1000. I think we're going to break out many new things for 1000. And we're going to blow your fucking minds away. And if Jeff wants to be a host of a game show on 1000,
we can do
there
that.
will be room for that. But I don't think we're going to need to dip back into the old. 1000 isn't just a recollection of the old. We're going to be hitting you with some shit that make you salivate for episode 2000.
Nice.
And
yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Sometimes I let my penis hang out of my pants and I walk around with my pockets hanging out and tell people I'm an elephant. Dave Valensky said, first time this year, I've seen the show in years. I miss Ben's laugh.
Oh,
yeah.
Daniel Ayers said, with Jared's rapid weight gain and Billy's ongoing weight loss, I have to wonder if Jared will overtake Billy as a boom baddie in the next year or two. I don't know about that. Coop Car again with that big. I'll say it one more time because I appreciate it that much. Dragon of the West says, if you want something mind-fucking, check La Blue Girl. It's borderline hentai. It's always nasty. And Thomas Jeffrey with the movie recommendations, Overground 55. Have they asked the leader of Keck to join Cozy TV yet? And
yeah, we're signing up.
That's about it. A little bit
for Cozy TV.
If you guys want to hang out with us tonight on our War Room Booking Committee meeting, what's that? Patrons $25 and above.
Yep. In the Discord, in the hangout room of the Discord, we're gonna put together Actual Mania.
It's important.
The card for Actual Mania, and some other stuff.
I'm gonna get naked.
Oh, well, you definitely want to sign up.
Jeff, for episode 1000, is it possible that you take a famous meal cooked by King Cobra and you make it, but you make it edible?
I bet I could do that actually.
Yeah,
I think I could probably pull it off for sure.
Everybody should find King Cobra's best concoctions that they can remember that we've watched on the show, and we'll try and feed Jeff the idea for a meal fit for a king cobra.
I actually really like that idea. Yeah, and I can like I'll make it there at the studio. It'd be fun. It'd be cool. I'd like to cook for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
That's illegal.
DP Action News.
He called me sir and got me so human angry.
You dumbass!
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
Oh, yeah?
Better
well learn. Here's a local news story that I saw that I thought was interesting. Well, it's kind of local. Our local news station got an interview with this woman that used to be a local reporter here, but she's in St. Louis now. Some woman left an offensive voicemail on the news station's tip line.
Yeah.
Check this out.
All right, it has become a viral sensation online. Our dear friend and former King 5 anchor and current anchor at her sister station in St. Louis, Michelle Lee, sharing a hateful and racist voicemail from a viewer.
Yes. So she's in St. Louis now. So it's like, I won't see no Asian on my TV. You know, people that live in Festus, Missouri and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Missouri loves company.
You've been on social media lately, maybe you have seen it. This all started after Michelle read a story on the air about traditional foods that Americans eat on New Year's. Well, after the story, Michelle briefly mentioned that she had dumpling soup, as many Korean people do for the New Year. Here's what that viewer had to say.
I don't think it was appropriate that she said that, and she was being very Asian, and I don't know. She can keep her Korean to herself.
I have kimchi in my stomach right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, this wouldn't happen here probably as likely as it would in St. Louis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This is Michelle Kwan. What's her name? Michelle Lee or?
Yeah, Michelle Lee.
Michelle Lee. Michelle Lee, I want you to be every variation of variation that you can achieve. If it's Korean,
wait
if
till
it's
you see.
Chinese, if it's Japanese,
She
I want 'em all.
handles this the best way too.
Posted a video of her listening to that voicemail on Twitter. That post has now received more than 51,000 likes.
It's like millions now.
And thousands of retweets. And now the hashtag Very Asian is going viral as support for Michelle pours in from all over.
So now there's the hashtag Very Asian. Now she's selling merch and stuff too.
Nice.
the
Very
world.
Asian.
Joining us now is Michelle. It's so good to see you, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, it's
I know
great to see you.
You've gotten so much attention since you posted that. I mean, nationwide, from NBC News, CNN, The Washington Post.
Yeah.
You're everywhere.
George
and everyone's talking about this. So thanks for taking a few minutes to talk with us about it. Now, I have to say, I was sitting on my couch. I saw the original clip of you doing the segment about the foods and how it was really subtle, but you said, and I had dumpling soup, because that's what a lot of Koreans do. And I remember thinking, good for you. That is so awesome, because we need.
Yeah, and then a citizen of Missouri was not having it. Could you imagine I can't imagine being offended by that.
My dumplings should not be in a soup. They should be mixed with some chicken, maybe served over some grits. God damn it.
I mean, this is like for Christmas, right?
New Year's. They were talking about traditional New Year's food.
See, that makes even less sense. That doesn't make. Oh my God! Okay, first of all, it wouldn't even make any sense if it was something like, "Wow, you should be eating more traditional fucking Christmas. This is America." Blah blah blah. But at least that makes dumb fuck redneck sense, okay? But this shit, no. That what's traditional New Year's food?
In the Midwest, and Pennsylvania, there's pork. You eat pork for New Year's on New Year's Day. Yep.
Can I make a proposition?
What the fuck, white people? What the shit? Who does something special?
There's a lot of.
You know what you have for New Year's? Jägermeister. Okay, that's our culture. Okay?
Well, it's the day after the celebration, the morning after New Year's Day.
Can I make a new proposition for America?
Yes, please.
I have an American proposition here. We're dealing with so many people who are worried about borders and the immigrants, the migration. We're worried about the refugees coming into America. I think if you are the lowest ranking state we'll have 10 different things like education, all the crime, if you're the lowest ranking state in the most categories, and we could do this, all the immigrants go to your state and we let them try and make it better.
I like this idea.
See, pork and sauerkraut.
Hoppin'.
And it
John
says
on New Year's history of lucky food traditions. Hoppin' John.
And it says it's like Ohio and Pennsylvania, pork and sauerkraut.
What the fuck is wrong with your state, Ben? I swear to God.
Pork and sauerkraut, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Got to have the pork and the sauerkraut and the black-eyed peas and the black-eyed peas.
More of that, as someone who's Asian, I thought you're talking about your cultural heritage on TV. This is it's really neat and refreshing to see. And then in the next breath, I went offline and then I got back online and saw this voicemail that you posted, which I know a lot of people might say, wow, that's just shocking and it's sad. I want to hear from you. Why was it so hurtful to you?
All right, yeah. So they interview her for a little while about it, and then
did she say it was hurtful, or did she just say it was stupid?
And why was it so
she
hurtful?
Handles it
specifically what she said.
Oh gosh, wow. I just think it was hurtful because it was so blatant. And, a lot of times we're used to veiled kind of racism, right? I mean, everyone
in Seattle you are
something that's offensive, whether it's racism or not.
But now you're in St. Louis.
That's why Seattle was the only place that could host a major event with Dave Chappelle. Because we have a huge trans community, but also we're we can't make any decisions for the black community either. So we'll just let them fight it out in the streets. Have them here. We're scared.
Veiled, but this was very #very Asian. It was very blatant. For someone to say she was just being very Asian. She needs to keep her Korean to herself.
Yeah, her Korean. Keep your Korean to yourself. She wasn't even speaking Korean.
Now, please share your Korean with me. I love Korean food. I love kimchi.
There's fried chicken. Korean fried chicken is, in my opinion, superior to Southern fried chicken.
Whoa.
I like them both. But I've learned to like Korean chicken better.
I also agree with you, but we don't have to compete with chicken here. It's all good. It's fried chicken. Let's not segregate our chicken, okay?
I have a preference, and I prefer one over the other.
But you would eat. I've seen you eat Southern fried.
I like them both, but I like one better. That's what I just said.
You know, I've lived in New Orleans, and I agree.
Yeah,
I actually agree. Yeah, Korean fried chicken is better.
Yeah,
I like that bulgogi. Give me the bulgogi.
Bulgogi's
That was just
Give me that
so-
brisket.
Oh,
short ribs.
Give it to me. Give it to me raw. I'll cook it myself at
Was
the
it
table.
Calbee?
Calbee ribs. Give me the beef Calbee short ribs.
shocking to me, and also, how do I keep my Korean to myself? And it goes back to whether she meant it or
But
not. Just through
Korean
my
chicken wings. If you guys ever get Korean chicken wings, they're so good. If you have them near
There's
you,
many different kinds.
I had
too,
some in New
like
York City that were
flavors.
Monta Buena. Yeah, they have tons of flavors.
There's a place around here that I order from all the time. That
I went to Little
amazing.
Korea, and then there's a place Bak Bak. That's where I got the kimchi that made me crap myself. Was from Bak Bak.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, I've been to K-Town in New York before too. And
It's
had
good
Korean
times.
barbecue there.
experiences. You know, if sometimes you feel like people want you to be a certain way, like you can be Asian, you just can't be
too Asian.
Too Asian. You know, if you're this way, then it makes me uncomfortable. So yes, I don't see you as Asian, but then suddenly you
I'm offended by your Asian.
are seen as Asian. You know, so it's
Anyway, yeah.
Excuse me, miss. Could you please put your Asian back in your pocket?
Yeah.
It's offensive.
Why can't you be more like Connie Chung?
Why can't you be more like Kanye Chong?
This is a slightly older story, but this
New
is
this morning,
interesting.
Twitter has permanently banned the personal account of Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. The company confirmed to CNN that Taylor Greene was banned for, quote, repeated violations of our COVID misinformation policy. However, her congressional account remains on.
And what's the new one they're moving to now? What's it called? Like Getter or something?
Getter, yeah.
Yeah, and what was it before that? It was Gab?
Was it Gab? Yeah. I think Gab.
Yeah, there was Gab, there was Parlor.
There was.
So there's so many
There's
of them.
something I signed up to just in case I wanted to go all right. I wanted to save the Billy the Fridge name, but I think that's dead too. So like, what a waste. I believe that Elijah Schaefer guy from the Sidney Watson show, the weak-willed dollar store Dave Rubin, he's already banned from Getter.
Really? What did he do to
I don't even know.
Preemptively banning people.
I don't even know. He's already got the kibosh. Can I say kibosh? Is that racist?
You know, on Odyssey, you can make people have to pay you the crypto in order to comment on your videos. And I uploaded a video there. And people were paying me to like insult us. It was beautiful. Like I'll take your insult comments.
Maybe I might have to reevaluate my stance on some of these shit fucking platforms. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
CNN Sunlen Srivati live on Capitol Hill this morning. Sunlen, explain what happened here.
Well, John, the Congresswoman, of course, has a very long history of tweeting out conspiracy theories and misinformation, and she has been suspended temporarily by Twitter in the past. But this time, for one of her accounts, it is a
the first time I heard of Twitter, I never thought we would have news stories like this, like major news stories about a politician getting kicked off of Twitter. And also, I never thought we'd have politicians this crazy.
The first time I heard of Apple, I didn't think they'd be a $3 trillion company, but where are we at now?
The first computer I ever used in my life was an Apple. We had them at my elementary school, and they were expensive back then. Even
An
like,
Apple II GS?
Yes. Yeah, those were given to schools.
I used a Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah, Oregon
I
Trail.
used to love those 2GS Oregon Trails.
There was like the typing game where like the letters would go and you have to type them before they would like hit the ground.
What was your better game? Number Cruncher or Word Cruncher?
I don't remember.
Oh, you guys ever play Number Cruncher or Word Cruncher?
I don't remember.
Oh, I played both, dude.
Yeah,
I know
which
what
one?
you're
I like Number Cruncher better, I think, but I like both of them. Number Crunchers, that's what's up. Thank you, Hawkeye Poots. Yeah, I would play Oregon Rail all the time. It was great.
permanent suspension
So
by
many of my kids died of dysentery. And old.
Do you like oxen or horses?
I would always go for floating those oxen across the water.
Floating those
Floating those oxens.
Float.
That's right.
I was like, more of my kids died to dysentery than in the throats of young sluts. What was that?
Here's another local news story. This is
New at 6:30, video of a middle school.
So it's like a middle school basketball game. Watch
School
this.
basketball game that now has a dad facing assault charges. Watch carefully here. During the Kenmore Middle School basketball game a couple weeks ago, some of the players.
Pause. A dad facing assault charges.
Just wait. Well, do you want to watch it?
I need to ask. Is a dad about to attack a kid?
No.
Okay.
Start shoving each other out after a foul right here.
So, like, the kids are getting into a scuffle. The referee's coming up to stop it.
Parents, coaches run in to break things up, and then one dad.
And then the dad in the white on the right of that referee.
The white top?
Yeah, he's approaching.
And later identified.
Oh, no, I was wrong. It was the guy in the dark.
I thought the way the guy was walking with those sweatpants, he was ready to go.
But then one dad later identified as
like he's about to attack Seth Rollins.
Run right onto the court.
It's a run-in.
And he hits a referee in the
and a kid
back, knocking him face first onto the court, breaking his nose and his cheekbone. McLaughlin pleaded not guilty.
How can you plead not guilty when there's video evidence of you just blindsiding
Well, he was
someone?
lumbering down the walkway, and then he couldn't stop because he's such a fat. And look, I'll be like, Your Honor, I don't think you would understand fat momentum as a thin.
That guy's not
but
that fat.
It's actually the fat momentum. It can't be stopped. Allow me to show you, Your Honor. Do you want me to stand you right there while I run at you and you tell me to stop? And we'll see if I could stop at your command or if I will run you over, Your Honor. And the Your Honor would be like, no, we don't have to go that far. I understand fat momentum now. And they would exonerate this
degree
fellow.
assault charges.
'Cause I have a very
today. Now,
affable
if that
way
name
of
sounds
dealing
familiar, it was a standout
He laid that
basketball
kid the fuck out.
Yeah, he did. No Jared Genesis.
Star at Central Washington University.
Yeah, this guy was a college basketball player around here. Crazy. Central Washington.
Back in 2012, didn't stay with any school for very long. He played for 9 schools in 6 years.
He had a report on his record, a fight with a teammate,
including Seattle U and UW. Multiple.
They just dug up all the dirt on this
sources
guy.
told Seattle Times McLaughlin left UW after getting into a fight with another player.
Weird.
I'm surprised you guys don't have more to say about the Marjorie Taylor Greene getting the yeetus deletus off of fucking Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
like, how do you feel about that? I'm curious.
I think it's fine for her to be there, but I wasn't following her anyway because I don't give a shit what she has to say, and I feel like people who follow her are dumb enough to believe anything already. So
true. I just so the reason why I'm curious about it is because I like the line that everybody's saying is like, this is bullshit. This is against freedom of speech.
There's no freedom of speech on Twitter.
There's no freedom of speech on Twitter, yeah, and that's not what the First Amendment is, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, blah 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 blah. But the other thing that like you could say like this is against the spirit of the freedom of speech, motherfucker. Like okay. This is how I feel about it, and like nobody's gonna talk me out of this. I have lost 5 fucking Twitter accounts for things that are way less crazy than the shit that Marjorie Taylor Greene has been saying for years. If anything, this bitch is finally down to my fucking level. Okay, so like I just and the thing is too, she still has her congressional account.
She still has an account.
That. Yeah, she still has her account. Like, she can still say whatever the fuck she wants for her job and shit. But, like, I'm sorry, dude. I get so fucking pissed when people are like, this is cancel culture on Marjorie Taylor. Dude, like, where were you people shitting your pants and crying and pissing your diaper like the last 4 times I lost a goddamn Twitter account?
Oh, they didn't care.
They didn't care. Nah, I didn't give a shit.
I remember the one where you went to Twitter headquarters. I was like, oh, well, that's probably the one that they were like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that the first time you lost your account? Or was that...
That was the 3rd time I lost
my goodness.
He loses it all the time. I'm like, what is his Twitter handle again? Because I have trouble remembering it. It changes all the time.
Greatest thing I ever did was sell myself to the liberal cuck media so I could get a blue check mark. Because I could say anything and I'm fine.
Oh, sure.
They let us get away with anything.
I need to fucking write like 3 or 4 really super annoying articles on like some online publication so I can get a blue check mark or something. I should do that.
Yeah, that's basically what it takes, right?
Yeah, either that or have a music career, you know.
Yeah, I like link them with my music sales on iTunes. I link them to articles about me. I also link them. This is a great one. If you have accounts that are fakes pretending to be you,
Yeah, that's
I
another
hit
one.
that. So I hit them with like 3 or 4 different things, and they gave me verification in 5 minutes. I had it before I checked my email. I got a message from Verified. I was like, oh, that must be the confirmation that I sent them in. It's like, nope, I was verified that quick.
Wait. So like, wait. I'm learning some fucking lore here. Did Dusty Smith claim that one of the times I got my Twitter yeeted, he claimed that he convinced me to like delete my shit? That's interesting.
I have no idea.
That would be really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. That'd be crazy, dude.
For those of you out there who like Dusty Smith, remember that chair he had? It was so sweaty and dirty. I just want to bring that up. It was such an icky chair. Do you guys remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Other than that, and then Dusty getting really weird about some guy robbing him for weed. That was pretty weird too. Other than that, Dusty was I don't know. Maybe Dusty wasn't that great of a guy. But that chair looked like it stunk.
I'll put it this way. Like, I have not been a fan of Dusty Smith for a really long time. But I tend to not run my mouth about Dusty Smith unless he's actually done something at a point in time. So like, I don't really have an opinion now.
Yeah, I tend to run my mouth about everybody, especially Dusty Smith.
No, you don't.
So I don't know what he's up to these days. Maybe his content is fucking good. I don't know. Somebody else go check it out. I don't give a fuck.
I'm hoping that he retired and is never getting robbed for weed again. I felt bad for him when he got super weird about getting robbed for weed.
Oh, dude, getting robbed in general is fucking awful. It feels terrible to like know somebody was going through your shit and taking your stuff.
That's why I do the robbing.
New at 6:30.
Oh no,
well, that's how you. Yeah, that's how you get around not getting robbed. Be a robber.
Absolutely clear. We have in hand all the vaccines we need to get every American fully vaccinated, including the booster shot. So there's no excuse for anyone being unvaccinated. This continues to be a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
President Corpse, salute.
So we got to make more progress. And for patients who still haven't gotten your kids vaccinated, please get them vaccinated. Look out for their interest here. It's the best way to protect them. And
You see the numbers going up too?
Yeah.
It's like 300,000 to 400,000 a day, like new infections.
People in my family have it right now.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You bringing it over?
Yeah, I think so. I was kissing with them yesterday.
No, you were not.
I was not kissing my family. But no, I did not.
Parents with kids too young to be vaccinated, surround your kids with people who are vaccinated. And make sure you're masking in public so you don't get COVID and give it to your kids.
I don't know.
Do you think if Mr. Rogers was here, we'd have COVID?
Yes.
I don't know. I think Mr. Rogers would have said something that got everybody on board. Bob Ross would be painting, and Bob Ross would be painting and say, "You got to go get your vaccine. Look at these pretty little trees. They're vaccinated."
Did you watch that Netflix documentary about Bob Ross? It's interesting.
Maybe. This is the problem. We had these adults that were like our parental figures that were in media. It was Mr. Rogers. It was Bob Ross. There were a few others.
Mr. Rogers was around way longer than Bob Ross.
Yeah, but they were the same type of person, right? We all were calmed and rested with their leadership.
Bob Ross.
We don't have that anymore.
Bob Ross's thing was more of like a merchandising empire. And he had these two investors that were this older married couple. And they revealed in this documentary that Bob Ross was banging the old lady.
What if Bob Ross would have been anti-vax? That would have ruined his legacy, right?
That would have ruined my life. Oh my god,
I mean,
that would have made me so sad.
He was in the military, so he was vaccinated for things.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people in the military that are not about being vaccinated now, and it's like, what?
They're going to
what
get
changed?
removed.
What do you guys think about Pee Wee Herman? If he never would have got caught jerking it, would he have ever have been on the level of Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers, or was he never that guy?
Well, Pee Wee Herman is a character, and Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers are real people, right?
I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, the guy they arrested in the theater was not dressed like Pee Wee Herman. He looked very different. Yeah.
Sea Dog says, Billy, you are the new Mr. Rogers. I try.
No way.
I do try.
Also this, Illinois Congressman Bobby Rush joining the growing list of Democrats who will not see.
I love watching Fox. You know what? When I was hanging out with Scott and Adam and dude from I Hate Everything, they watched American TV and they were all laughing at it because it's so weird. Like we watched Fox News and they're like, "What?"
Yeah,
it was so crazy to them. And then all the like drug commercials for different medications because they don't have that in their countries.
Re-election. This is the GOP looks poised to make some big gains in November. Let's bring in Karl Rove, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff. Now, Bobby Rush has been there for a long time. He's had a long career. He's one of 24 House Democrats not seeking re-election in 2022. This was not a seat that the Republicans could pick up. His in particular, I'm assuming. But when you have someone in leadership decide to retire at this point, they might see the writing on the wall next November, Karl.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny. I've been talking the last couple of days via email with Dr. John Petrosic, a friend of mine. Dr. Petrosic is was a student trained at the University of Chicago under a famous political scientist named Sidney Verba.
I'll never forget the one time he was working at Fox News during the election, and they called the election, I think, for Obama. And he like got up and like went down to the room where they like figured out what the trends were and who was projecting, to win. And he went down there, was like, no, go check again. And I'm like, that was kind of a sign of what was to come. The denial of the results and stuff. That was like a little foreshadowing for the future of how that attitude was to grow.
Yeah. What's better, crying about the denial of the results when you lose, or stocking the initial votes into a candidate that the people weren't behind, like when they gave the run to Hillary instead of Bernie?
I mean, that's something totally different because it's like that's from within their own ranks.
Yeah.
And they. The way the primary system is carried out should be regulated way more, and the debates should be public shit. It shouldn't be like the parties hosting their own debates where they can keep anyone out that they don't want in it.
We also live in a world where information can be delivered faster than by horseback. And we don't have to have like someone in person or a newsletter to get somebody over as a presidential candidate. I think our operating system for picking a president is antiquated and needs to be abolished. There's better ways to pick, or maybe being a president in general is abolished.
Maybe now you're talking about restructuring the entire government.
Why not?
I mean, we can argue why not, but just making that happen is such an unlikely thing that it's almost not even worth talking about.
Is it unlikely? Maybe.
Yeah, it would take so much to change to make that happen.
Well, let's do it. Let's start talking about it.
Come up with a plan on how exactly to do it, and then I'll be like, okay, that's a good idea. But just like the suggestion alone, it could be done very wrong. So show me how it could be done right.
There might be a little boy watching right now, or a little girl, or a little they or them that wants to change the world, and I'm
totally
planting
different.
the seed in their mind that 40 years
because you're
from
too
now,
lazy to plant it yourself.
That's an old man. I'm an old man. Why would you talk over me when I'm changing the world?
And then had a long and illustrious career himself at UCLA and the University of Missouri at Columbia, where he was chairman of the government department. John is a political nut, so he's constantly measuring these things. And we've been talking over the internet about what are the measures of how a party is going to do in the midterm elections. And political scientists use 5 different models: the surge and decline, what's the effect of the previous presidential race, presidential performance. How is the president doing now? And then,
are we really still in a place where you need a dry erase board? Why not just type these up and be like, hey, put that on the screen while I'm talking?
retirements, they also use, which we all have numbers on these models, can now generate numbers. We've got two models.
So Karl Rove's really happy. He's like, oh man, a bunch of them are leaving office, a bunch of them are retiring, or they're going on to somewhere else. Yeah, and Republicans probably taking House and the Senate. What do you think?
I think, Ben, that we have a real problem here, okay? First one being, the first problem
Family?
is, Ben, family. Second problem, Ben, is family. After that, Ben, we have to remember family. That's the real problem here. Oh, and there's one more.
Family.
That's the real problem.
Family.
But yeah, what do you think? Who's midterms this year, right?
Yeah.
So who's coming out on top?
You know, the thing is, man, I have no idea. I really have no idea. And the thing is, with everything that's been going on with fucking COVID and shit, there's a very, very specific political bent that has been losing population due to COVID. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Are you saying? Do you think that there will be a noticeable shift in voting numbers because a certain type of voter is dying off?
Yes.
You think so? Has there been a study on that?
I don't know if there's enough to really make that difference yet, but it's not for lack of them trying. I'll put it that way. So I don't know. Yeah. Who cares about my shit takes at this point? I do.
Family.
Kiss my ass.
Family.
Yeah, I guess, and when you're talking about like the Senate and the House, I mean, that's a really, really big, long, complicated pile of shit. Usually the things that cause really strong dynamic shifts, or things that'll actually get incumbents out, is like big sweeping societal things. Like
you're distracting me. What are you doing?
Why am I distracting you? You're having a conversation with Jeff.
Because you're sitting right next to me and you're holding up a big fucking board that you're writing things on.
It's called Next Level. This is why Karl Rove has his board.
No,
he's keeping the detractors from being able to focus with his board.
Campaign spending and campaign quality that we can't use right now because
it's like
mature. We don't know how much people are raising and how good their candidates are. So what does the model of retirement mean? Today, 10% of the Democrats...
You were the kid in class that the teacher would have sat me on the other side of the room from.
I was the kid in class that the teacher would have been blowing and sending...
Oh, you know what? No, everyone would have sat next to you in class.
The teacher would have been blowing me and sending me detention on the same day.
More than 10% of the Democrats
I'd have Mary Kay Letourneau begging me for spankings.
6% of the Republicans are retiring. This 4-point GOP advantage, if you look at all of the elections since 1962, this would mean that the Republicans would point to a 40-seat gain for the Republicans. Now, the other two models, the surge in decline, points to a smaller gain, 12 to 13.
This happens almost every time, though, but they're analyzing it like way too much.
Yeah.
This is way too in-depth.
Well, they use this math and they use this whiteboard to convince the idiots at home that things are going to be in their favor.
Well, G-Time Johnny used to have a whiteboard that he would scribble a bunch of nonsense onto.
You know what really bothers me? They got rid of blackboards for whiteboards.
Is that racism?
That's racism.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it quite like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. A lot of the political rhetoric goes along the lines of like finding ways to convince people to vote a certain way, and a lot of that is like making them feel like their vote is really going to count. So even if necessarily like a candidate doesn't really have any legs to stand on, they'll prop it up as like, yeah, they're definitely gonna win. They're definitely, we guys just trust us. They're definitely gonna win.
A paraplegic candidate would be great.
I'm open to it.
They'd have no legs to stand on.
The governor of Texas, who I don't like, is a paraplegic, I think.
Oh.
He's in a wheelchair. I don't know exactly what's wrong with him.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Double amputee.
Yeah. Do you think Biden will run again? If you had to bet money on it, hypothetically, will he run again?
Yeah.
You think he will?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think Lieutenant Dan will run. Biden will probably won't running. I don't really care though. It's like
I don't like. I was just asking what you think though. Like,
yeah, I think that they're gonna have Biden run, and then they're going to give it to Hillary Clinton in the last 3 weeks when Biden has to.
He'll give it to Hillary. I don't know if he can do that.
No.
I think he can only give it to Kamala.
No, they're gonna give the nomination to Hillary.
Oh,
because,
the nomination. Okay.
Because
yeah.
3 weeks out, Biden will be like, "Oh, I got diarrhea. I can't be president." They'll be like, "Well, we got to bring Hillary in." And then there will be like four people that say, "You can't bring Hillary in. This is late." Then they'll just all of a sudden get suicide hotlined.
What if Biden gives it to Kamala and then Kamala takes Hillary as her vice president?
Sounds like you're talking about how COVID passes.
The presidency.
The presidency's about to pass like COVID in 2024.
And then Hillary takes Bill as her vice president and then passes it to Bill again. And then it'll be Bill Clinton, eternal president.
I liked it better when Monica Lewinsky took Bill.
Let's see. Hillary Clinton is 74.
Yeah.
And Biden is 79. I mean, it's not outside of the possibility for her to actually try and run again. But like, I got to be honest with you, man. I kind of feel like, and maybe this is ageist of me, and I don't fucking care. I feel like you shouldn't be able to run for president if you're 70 years old.
A max
or
age.
older. Yeah, a max age, absolutely.
So
max age.
let's say you get term 1 and then you pass the age of 70 in that first term. Can you run again for your second term or no?
No.
Man, there'd be so many one-term presidents with the average age of presidents that we have now. Should there? What about the minimum age? Should we change that? Should we make like 25-year-olds able to run for president?
So then Instagram models will become president?
Is it 35 or 36?
It's 35.
Like
President Tana Mojo.
I mean, I think 35 is pretty decent.
President Tati Westbrook.
Oh boy.
President Killer Keemstar.
Oh my God. Keemstar be sending the feds over to Ethan Klein's place.
Oh yeah, dude, he'd be black bagged like day. Like
you get one presidential murder.
In my first 100 hours as president, Ethan Klein will be in Guantanamo Bay with a corn cob up his ass.
I know Keem very well, and I don't see that happening. I see him taking every presidential address just to take shots at Ethan Klein from the presidential address. He wants him to be free. He wants him to be out moving so he can just attack him for every missed movement he makes.
It'd be the drama alert State of the Union address.
Yes. What's up, drama alert? What's up, United States nation?
Yeah. Shit, he'd have that fucking golden popcorn like right there on the presidential fucking podium and shit.
It would happen.
Damn.
It's actually not that far off. It could happen.
This State of the Union address is brought to you by G Fuel.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you too. Like, I'm not a fan of Keemstar at all, but I think Keemstar would be a better president than fucking Trump.
How about Biden?
No. I think no, and it's not because I think Biden is a good president. I think Biden is just the most mediocre fucking president.
Is Biden kind of just a puppet, like more than probably most presidents? Is he he's weekend at Bernie's president, basically?
I think he is exactly as much of a fucking puppet as
all the
of the
others,
Bushes and the Clintons and Obama. I think he's exactly the fucking same.
He just seems like he's on autopilot more. I feel like they medicate him and they're just like they give him a shove. They're like, go do that, He's like,
well, yeah. The only difference is that he probably doesn't even understand how much of a fucking puppet he is compared to all the rest of them. They probably had full awareness how totally bought and paid for they were.
You know, presidents are puppet because like Obama said all these really principled things that people voted for him for, and didn't even try to do a lot of them. Like the Guantanamo thing. He could have just ended. That was one of the first things I heard him say when he was running. I'll close Guantanamo Bay on up day one. I will close it. And
be clear.
Yeah.
You know, and out of all the presidents over the past shit since before Reagan, Biden is so far the most anti-war president we've had in a long time. Probably in my entire lifetime.
But what was his? He's been in government though forever though. What was his record like on his way to the top?
Abominable, dude. No, abominable. Absolutely. Like when he wasn't president, he was voting for like all of this like awful war hawk fucking imperialist fucking nasty shit. But since he's been president, whether that's him or it's whoever's pulling the strings, drone strikes are massively down. We're pulled out of Afghanistan. Like, you know, if that was something that was important to you, like you should be pretty happy right now. And honestly, I'm kind of happy about that. You know, I don't think it's really Biden who did it.
See, this is how bad the job economy is. If we're gonna have drone strikes, like if even
they're taking away the jobs
even
from
the
the
drones
fighter
are
pilots?
Striking, this is bad. Even if the drones are striking,
I see what you're saying. The drones are striking.
Even if the drones are striking,
Wow,
this is bad. The automation was supposed to be the future, and
they're gonna hire the robots from Batteries Not Included as scabs.
even the drones are striking.
Yeah, man.
The little
Batteries Not
hamburger,
Included.
the little hamburger-looking robots.
I like that Robos. I liked them. They're way better than Johnny Five. And Johnny Five was okay.
He was
but it
alive, and he turned gold at the end.
I want to see Johnny Five fight Chappie, like in the battle bots or whatever.
I tried to watch the new Matrix, and I couldn't get through it. I was like, this kind of sucks.
I didn't even
and
try.
I stopped.
I didn't even try. I did see Spider-Man again.
Wait a minute, Benjamin.
And then I turned on Picard and watched that instead.
I was just about to say, if you are in love with the glory that is the well-written and should be Emmy award-winning show Picard, you should love Matrix Resurrection.
Fuck no. Picard
it's
through and through.
What a brilliant movie that was. What an incredible film that was.
I went and saw Red Rocket starring Simon Rex.
Is that a movie about dog penises?
No, it's about Simon Rex moves back to Texas after his porn career in Los Angeles wanes down.
Oh, yeah? You were supposed to open for him.
I was the last show I had booked
And then
before
COVID happened.
Literally the week everything shut down, I was supposed to do that show, and it got canceled. And then I saw Licorice Pizza, which is...
That's good.
What an awful name. I just think of like...
It's Paul Thomas Anderson. It was a very good little love story. It felt like a low budget Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I hate...
Oh, okay. Cool.
The new Matrix was trash.
God. Got to see good movies like I do. Have you seen the new Spider-Man yet?
Not yet.
Spider-Man.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like the new Spider-Man?
No, I didn't like it.
Why didn't you like it without spoiling anything? What was the
Okay. I'll put it this way. Like, dude, it's fun. It is fun as fuck. It's a really fun movie. I thought that the effects were cool. The action was cool. It was super awesome to see Edward Molina back and like Willem Dafoe and shit like that. That was great. It was super cool. Everything about that movie was really fucking great. I hated the writing. And I'm not usually somebody who pays attention to that kind of shit, except I'm a comic book fan. And so I understand how like comic book logic is supposed to work. And there were just certain things in it, and I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
See,
what the fuck?
You also didn't like the new Dune, right?
Yeah, but I think the new Dune is a really good movie, and I think the new Spider-Man is a really good movie too. I think these are good movies, but I don't like them.
So like Raiders of the Lost Ark is your favorite Indiana Jones movie.
Have you watched all the... That's a Monday and Matt quote.
Yeah.
No.
But my favorite movie is The Last Crusade. My favorite Indiana Jones movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark. But my favorite movie is Last Crusade. But that's what Monday and Matt. He might have said Temple of Doom. I can't remember. But he's my favorite movie. My favorite Indiana Jones movie is The Last Crusade, but my favorite movie is The Temple of Doom. It was something like that, and we're like,
Yeah,
what?
it was something like that.
Matt,
yeah.
stop. But have you seen all the other Marvel films? Like, have you seen them all?
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Because I think when it comes to writing, one problem I had with this Spider-Man was that I couldn't look at it through the eyes of somebody who hasn't seen all the other works, because I feel like this movie wrote itself into a continuation of like a dozen other films. Like it had payoffs for a dozen other films, and I'm like, to me, I felt like everything worked.
Sort of.
I didn't question anything, but also there's an entire spoiler that I'm not going to spoil, but this is not just the end of a trilogy. It's building into the future of Marvel like all their works do.
Here's a subjective article that ranks the Indiana Jones movies.
Oh, why are they putting the space Nazis at the bottom?
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and then Temple of Doom. And then Last Crusade, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Is there one where Jesus comes back?
No. There's one where they drink from the Holy Grail.
They should do one where Indiana Jones awakens Jesus and Jesus comes back.
I think Last Crusade is probably the Last Crusade is probably like the best one as far as a film goes. But I like Temple of Doom the best.
Temple of Doom. I don't even think it was originally written to be an Indiana Jones film.
It was not. No, it was not. Yeah, it's yeah. But there's so many things about it that I really love. Okay, about this new Spider-Man. Let me put it this way. So there's a lot of fan service, but I feel like as a comic book fan and as an MCU fan, I feel like ever since Endgame, they aren't really very consistent in what they're trying to do. And that has really kind of fucked me up a bit, especially after I watched The Eternals. And I asked, why? I love the Spider-Man movies. I love Tom Holland. I like all the Spider-Man movies, honestly. All of them. And I like this one, too. As I think it's a good movie, but I don't like the writing because of how I feel like the whole MCU meta is going. Yeah. And also, and the biggest thing that drove me crazy about this movie is like, so like the characters make choices because they want to impact how things are going to turn out in other dimensions or timelines, right? Like that's one of the motivations is like, they want to make it different. They want to make it change. They want to like have a redemption arc, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen. Like it literally doesn't happen because it doesn't matter because at the end of it, they all get sent back to where they were going to be anyway, and all the same shit just happens.
This is definitely spoilers, but this is why because that story is going to be told in the future. This is just a hint.
So.
Oh, I know so. I know so. I know so.
That will help me
this
so
was
much.
Because here's the thing with these Spider-Man movies. If you guys haven't seen any of them, I'm sorry, but these Spider-Man movies, they're all through Sony. And what Marvel has done is they have made these palette cleansers that they're scene setters to set the stage for like the next few phases of Marvel until the next Spider-Man came out. The first one had Tony. It was post-Civil War. It brought in Spider-Man and it set up for the Infinity War. Right? It was setting the stage for the Infinity War. The second one was Tony Stark died, and it was giving us a post-Tony Stark world. And this one is setting up for an eventual, if you guys can't see the writing on the wall, Disney owns Fox. They have a working relationship with Sony. Basically, what's going to happen is all the characters are going to be at Marvel's disposal. And this is going to be, this doesn't spoil anything with Spider-Man. If you've seen the commercials, you know they're using the old villains in the movie. But what happens here is we are being teased the potential future, and Spider-Man has always been a teaser for what is to come in the Marvel Universe itself. And I don't know if they do it on purpose because it's cross-platform with Sony, and it's getting to a Sony's audience. And but it seems to be celebratory. It seems to be like what do they call that? the signals they have, the beacon. It's like a beacon of what's to come. The Spider-Mans act that way. So I think that it's okay for you to question because there is a whole lot to be desired here. But I think this is just a little refresher, a little taste of what's to come.
I like probably a good 90% of my problems I have with the writing could be solved by like maybe 3 or 4 scenes that were maybe 30 seconds long of just a little bit of dialogue. That'd be it. And then I'd be happy. I'd be super happy. That's all I would need, and like all of my complaints about the writing would be gone. Like,
yeah, I think
it's really easy for me to see it.
That's one thing that Marvel does is they kind of give us those 30 or 40-second scenes later on in other movies. They set these, they leave these questions, and then they purposefully answer them later on. And we got a lot of little answers in this from previous things as well. Like it's how they operate though. They don't give you the full because they are going to give that reveal later on in a way that rewards you for being a moviegoer and watching all their stuff. They give you these little Pavlovian treats throughout other things for the things you've already invested in. And that's something I think Marvel does really well in where they've made comic books into movies in the way that the comic books, you read issues to continue the story, you go into other issues and the story continues throughout the year, and they have side comics with other characters and the stories will be told out there as well. They're doing this in cinema, and they mastered it in the comic book world, and now they're doing this for cinema, and they're rewarding you for, you're not getting the full story in each story, but you're getting enough that you're satiated and you're ready for that next story because you don't know exactly what it's going to feed into your nerd coffer.
I want my superhero movies black and white, standard definition, and 6 hours long.
Dude, I cannot believe anybody was a fan of Snyder's cut or any of that stuff. All those movies were stinky.
I kind of liked the first Wonder Woman that they put out.
I liked the first 2/3 of it. I thought the third act was horrible. I thought they did some weird switcheroo. The villain was terrible.
Shit. Yeah.
I when they switched the villain,
everything else is great.
When they switched the villain, I thought maybe it would be a metaphor for the evil in men, but then it was literally just a giant Megazord bad guy.
What if Marvel Studios? This is a huge what if. I don't think this would actually happen, but I'm saying what if Marvel Studios somehow got the licensing to make the DC movies?
I don't think it's that big of a what if. I think that
you think they would someday.
I don't know if they would. I don't know
Warner
if they
Brothers
would.
has a grip on that.
They have a grip on it, but there might be a deal that they might go work together.
Warner Brothers made the new Matrix, so it's like awful.
What's the last thing Warner Brothers did that people resoundingly loved?
I don't know.
I'd have to look.
I can't name one thing off the top of my head.
Space Jam was not it.
If you want a really good movie hot take to cancel me by, I thought Man of Steel was a fucking great movie. Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. Kinda, if you don't really think too much about it.
I don't know. I haven't watched Aquaman.
We're pretty good movies, and then the rest of the DC movies are just shit.
I'd like to see like an MCU version of Lobo, but Lobo's DC. But I think that would make a really good.
I don't know. I think Lobo would be in the good hands of like Robert Rodriguez.
You think so? Because it is kind of almost like horror type.
It's just about giving it to the right director and letting them actually have fun with it and make a good movie. The Suicide Squad movie, the new one under James Gunn, I wanted more out of it, but I think it was a fine film. I wanted more for some reason. I wanted to care more about the characters, but I guess that's the problem with Suicide Squad. They're supposed to be expendable. At the end, it was heartwarming and cute, but I didn't feel the same way I felt watching Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was kind of expecting that, but it was still a fun movie. I think DC did the right thing by giving it to James Gunn and letting him have free reign. I think that was smart. They should do that with Lobo. They should give that to if Robert Rodriguez cares to do it, which I think he might. He just directed the new Book of Boba Fett episode 1 on Disney Plus. I think he wouldn't mind having a movie like Lobo.
Or at least like a series as well. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Zero Runs, I thought you cared about them. Yeah, you did care about those characters. And I did care about some of the characters, but also I felt like it took a long time for me to care about them. Whereas with Guardians of the Galaxy, I was kind of on board from the jump with those characters, and I went into Guardians of the Galaxy with no history of any of those characters.
So like the most important thing I think, and this is something that I've been thinking about ever since like the MCU started, probably even before that, of why superhero movies are far too often substandard, and you can tell which ones are going to be good. Is there is one essential thing that a superhero movie has to have to be great. It's not the fucking heroes. It's not making sure your heroes are the perfect casting or they're represented well, or even it's not even the fucking writing. It's the villains. The villains are what's gonna fucking sell the movie every single fucking time, and that's one of the biggest problems with the fucking DC EU is that all of their villains are dog shit. The only time there was a good fucking villain was Zod. And Zod was
Usually
badass
Batman villains are better than the rest of the DC universe villains.
100%.
I like like the new gods, like Darkseid. I like Darkseid a lot.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Thanos was literally just modeled after Darkseid.
Yes. But like that's why I'm not excited about anything going on with Marvel. I'm gonna watch all of it, of course, because I'm a comic nerd. But I will not actually be excited for anything Marvel until I see Dr. fucking Doom. Until then, I don't actually give a shit.
He's coming. He's coming.
He better be.
Oh, you know he's coming. They've been talking about the Fantastic Four properties coming back to them. They're going to be Fantastic Four is going to come out before X-Men, I think, make it to the Marvel. Like they're slotted to be there before the X-Men. We might see pieces of X-Men.
The Fantastic Four could literally be played by the cast of Always Sunny in Philadelphia with Danny fucking DeVito as Mr. Fantastic. I wouldn't give a fuck as long as you have a really good Doctor Doom. Don't care.
Have you ever seen the
'94
Fantastic Four film?
The one Roger Corman one?
Yeah, the one that was like it was just made to like hold on to the licensing.
Who was the main guy from? Who was Dee's brother in Always Sunny? What's his name? There's Charlie. There's Charlie. Anyways, Dee's Dennis. Was it Dennis? Was Dennis Dee's brother?
It's Dennis.
Okay, Dennis. That was rumored to be Mr. Fantastic. There was some rumors recently that I watched that he might be the Mr. Fantastic character. I don't know if that will actually happen.
He'd be pretty badass.
Mac is the hunk. Yeah.
I like Deathstroke too. That's another character that
he's not coming back.
No,
they're not gonna fucking do anything with it, dude. The DC universe is dead. It's fucking done, dude. They're not gonna do anything with it.
They just gave John Cena his Peacemaker show. They made tons of money off of the Suicide Squad. They had this new Batman movie coming out. Might be really good. They have the Twilight guy.
But that's Batman. That's Batman, Robert Pattinson, and that's going to be fucking great.
Yeah, that might be what the resurgence that we need for DC. They had Joker come out; it made a ton of money. They just have to not try and do the Marvel thing because they're not good at the Marvel thing.
They just need to make Batman movies.
But they could make any of these movies if they didn't try and have them tie together. Just have them be a one-off and make them good, make them worthwhile films. Or make a trilogy. Make a trilogy within its own universe.
I want to see a Plastic Man series. That'd be fucking dope.
I always liked Martian Manhunter too, but I guess they butchered him in the Snyder cut, right? He looked all
weird. He looked kind of stupid.
He's in it for a second, and I always liked that character. I liked Red Tornado. That was another one that I liked.
Red Tornado was cool. I've always liked all
Dr.
the Green
Fate
stuff.
That's another good one. Yeah,
I want to see bisexual Superman.
The Spectre. Yeah,
I want to see the Superman, the Superman, son of Superman, being bisexual. Make that movie.
Oh, dude, I would fucking kill a man for like a really weird mind-bending Spectre.
Mackenzie Fox's Shazam was great. I think Shazam was not great.
He was high.
I think Shazam. I was high when I saw it. I went and saw it again though. I think Shazam's villains were too over the top all the way across the board, whether it was Mark Strong's character,
Loved it.
whether it was Shazam's dad and whatever picking on him, or the bullies picking on the kids. Like, there was so much going on there.
I hate how they didn't have Steamboat.
Mark Strong's dad, not Shazam's dad. Mark Strong's dad.
I wish they would have had Steamboat. How could they leave out Steamboat?
I know, that is weird.
Shazam's sidekick, Steamboat.
Yeah.
Why not?
Good old Steamboat.
Yeah, Steamboat.
I'm going to be honest, though, like okay, so I'm a huge MCU fanboy, and I don't usually like the DC movies or anything like that, but the number one superhero property that I am enjoying the most right now, and I'm not even fucking around here, guys, I'm being totally honest, Batwoman.
Batwoman?
Batwoman. I'm not fucking around.
I heard Michael Keaton's going to come back and play Batman.
I have not had more fun watching anything with superheroes more than watching episodes of Batwoman.
Did she just get around?
Someone just suggested that they make the Injustice story into a movie, and that
would be dope.
Yep.
If they did it right.
But they did an animated, and they fucked it up. They fucked it up really bad. But no, look, maybe let me make my point. Batwoman is so intolerably bad that it is unironically one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, legitimately, I have so much joy watching Batwoman that I think anybody should really give it a shot. It's so great. That show was so bad, they lost their Batwoman. So in season 2, they don't even have a scene where Batwoman dies. She just disappears in a plane crash, and the Batwoman suit gets picked up by a hobo. And this hobo puts on the Batwoman suit and is now Batwoman. And that's how season 2 starts. It's fucking awesome, dude. It's so great.
See, this is the problem I have with DC and their shows is they get weird. Remember Gotham?
Yeah, that was bad.
I liked Gotham, and it was bad, but they wouldn't give Gotham free reign over the characters. Like, they banished them from having a Joker in Gotham. Like, any of this matters, an alternate universe. They just didn't want to have a Gotham Joker so that Jared Leto's Joker wouldn't have competition. But they still made a Joker, but it was a fake Joker, and they kept killing him off and reviving him. It was so... It was Gotham was like almost as daytime soap opera as you could get in a superhero show. It was everything. Every character kept flipping. They go bad, they go good. It was so ridiculous. I don't think I've finished that series yet, but I was on it for like 3 or 4 seasons. But it can be so bad that it's good.
Sure,
they could definitely do that with their TV. Their movies, I don't know how they fuck them up. They have some of the most beloved known characters in the world, not just in comic books. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they go so far back. These movies have literally written themselves because we have decades of comic book lore to draw stories from that would work on a big screen, but instead they want to fiddle fuck around.
Somebody was talking about Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol season 1 and season 2 is probably in like my top 3 of TV series of the past like 10 years. That includes like fucking Game of Thrones and The Expanse. Like, it's up there, dude. The first 2 seasons are incredible. The fact that we actually got like an on-screen representation of Flex Mentallo is just the most badass, hilarious fucking thing ever. The last season is really
I'm holding out for
slow.
Caddyshack Part 3, personally.
I watched a little bit of the first season. I might have even got all the way through the first season of Doom Patrol, and that didn't hook me.
Really?
It didn't hook me.
Season 2, you get introduced to Danny the Street, and that's when shit just goes fucking bananas, dude. I mean, the first episode, an entire town gets sucked up a donkey's ass. Like, how can you go wrong?
I suppose.
Pretty good.
I don't know. I've been sucked up a donkey's ass before. It's not that entertaining.
It's glamorous.
Glamorous flossy, flossy.
So I think we're gonna go do the booking committee in a minute here. Did we get any new Streamlabs?
Yeah, the goddamn Bilderbergs.
The Bilderbergs.
We had some big time loving, shoving, puffing. Huffing. Hypothesis: how long until we get Spider-Man and Deadpool crossing over on the big screen? Might be sooner than we think. I think we're going to have a lot of interesting crossovers in this next Doctor Strange into the multiverse of madness or whatever. Like that's literally what the title of the film is, going into the multiverse, right? That we know now with Spider-Man that these villains from the other movies are showing up. Like we know there's something going on with other characters. I think we might get a Deadpool nod in that even. We're going to see Deadpool eventually. Deadpool is one of those characters that thrives in the multiverse because they break the fourth wall. So like there's an interesting voyage that Deadpool can go through in the multiverse and have a comedic yet very powerful representation within it. We may not see it though, but I think we will. I think we will see something like that crossover. Hypothesis: congrats to Rick Snyder's son, Scott Snyder's nephew, on winning the NXT title tonight.
Awesome.
Good job for Braun Breaker.
Yeah, make them give him a better name, like maybe his family's wrestling name.
Who cares about his name? Give him a paycheck.
Oh, that's happening.
Make him rich. Lord of Nurgle gave that big love. Here's Ariel says, I'm all for bringing on the new, which is why Ben should be a contestant in something. Ben, you won't have a chance to win money if you aren't a contestant. But here's Tree Fitty for that. Damn Loch Ness Monster. Love you, sweet boys. Jeff too. Thank you, Ariel.
Thank you.
And I think
Tree Fitty
rounds us up.
All right. So we are now going to the Hangouts voice chat room over in the DP.
You want to warm them up?
server.
I'm going to go run and take a piss. So everybody have a good night.
Good night, everybody. We will see
Jeff,
you.
have a good night. Everybody follow Jeff Holiday if you somehow aren't already, you psychos.
Bye.
Bye.
Oops. Oh, well, I'm hearing noise.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
All right.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.